Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Original Characters. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba-ba.
This is a game show now?
This is a game show now. There's going to be points at the end of it I'm going to give everybody.
Oh, cool.
This is a podcast that's a little hard to describe, but pretty much we just pick a franchise, make terrible original characters, and then giggle, and then we listen to your terrible original characters, and then continue giggling. I'm Jeff.
I'm Kevin.
Sorry.
Shut the
Sorry,
fuck up, Josh!
I'm not used to being the third wheel.
No, I edit it. I was also not used to being the second wheel, so...
Joining us on this episode of Original Characters, please don't cut out any of the stuff that's happened so far, Kevin. Leave it.
No, we're such a disgrace.
No, this is perfect.
Put it in. It all goes in.
Joining us on this episode of Original Characters is Mr. Josh Henderson.
Hey! It's me. I'm back, bitch. What is this, episode 4?
This is episode like 6, 7?
Which
six
other
or seven,
one was
maybe?
I was on another one. Which one
You were
was
on the fucking one that was for your old podcast, buddy.
Yeah, that one.
We were on... Yeah, and now you're sharing with us another one of your creations, Longmire?
Yeah, Longmire.
I feel like I introduced Longmire to lots of people,
Yeah.
and most of them like it. You guys, I don't know, Jeff, I think you kind of found it on your own.
Yeah, like, I knew about Longmire ahead of
Yeah.
time, but I hadn't watched much of it. Like, I watched the first episode, and I was like, this show's fucking ridiculous.
It's amazingly stupid.
Longmire, I definitely found through you, Josh, and it's definitely a show that I have watched.
I had the flu a couple of years ago. I don't even know what year it was, but it was the first the first week that they put Longmire on Netflix. So I was just like in bed for like 3 days, and I was like, fuck it, a cowboy show, I'm in. And I started watching it with like a fucking 102 fever, and I was immediately like, this is the greatest show I've ever seen in my life.
For those who don't know, Longmire is, for all intents and purposes, a police procedural detective program.
It's a
like
book. It's a book series.
It's based on a book series, but who cares? It's like a...
It's Murder She Wrote for dude boomers.
Well, it's much
and
more
mom
like
boomers,
NCIS, but without any of the NCIS work.
Yeah, it's just gutsy old-fashioned police hunches.
It's taking out a bullet, putting it up to a burnt corpse, and being like, yeah, seems about the same size, and then digging up a grave.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the Special Victims Unit, where like they have like superheroes in it who just like break down doors and fist fight people, even though they're supposed to be like a Special Victims Unit. But
he's like a Sherlock too.
Yeah, he's Sherlock. He's John Wayne.
Yeah,
he's the guy who takes his glasses off and the music says, yeah.
It's like Arrow on the CW, but with no arrows and, some arrows.
There are some arrows.
But basically nothing that makes, the Green Arrow interesting.
It's Riverdale for old people. That's
yeah,
what
it's Riverdale.
Well,
it's
I
Riverdale.
think that's an important point to make. It's a lot more like Riverdale for old people in that it's batshit insane. It has no internal logic to it whatsoever.
Bonkers as fuck, and nothing matters.
Magic exists.
Yes.
Magic exists, and until the later seasons, nothing needs to continue from episode to episode.
Nope. But it does.
But it does.
Yep.
Like, shit wraps up fairly concisely in a lot of episodes, and it's like, we're just gonna go back to normal.
Yep.
And
people are giant assholes to each other constantly for seemingly no reason.
That's TV now. Everyone's mad at everyone all the time.
Magic is real. Longmire is literally never wrong until halfway through the series, when he is always wrong forever for the rest of the show.
He gets too old.
Yeah, he really does. Like, you see, I don't know if the writers meant to do this. Of course they did. But you get to see an old man's brain deteriorate from the beginning of the show to the end.
He's just sundowning. That sucks. He still gets to fuck Vic, though.
Yeah, his dick still works, so...
For no reason.
No, I know the reason is because the moms needed their payoff, dude.
Yeah,
them moms
sure.
needed to see that doggy style.
Yeah, Vic turned around on him and he was like, "What's this?"
Oh, fuck.
So, if you haven't seen Longmire, please pause this podcast and watch all 6 seasons of that shit.
Don't even watch the first one. Just like roulette. Just like spin the wheel and like pick one and just watch that one.
This is the rare OGOC where like we've seen too much of this show and there is no fandom for it. Like boomers do not know how to generate a fandom for Longmire. The wiki is a mess.
So much so that it got canceled. It got canceled off of A&E, and then Netflix had to be like, I guess we'll finish it.
Look, I'll tell you right now, if you go to your Google machine right now and you type in Longmire fan art, there is shipping art of Longmire on the internet.
I'm gonna do
What is it, like Longmire X Branch or
No, it's Longmire X Matthias.
Of course, yeah.
That's beautiful.
There's a lot of that because it's always the 2 characters who butt heads the most but still work together. They're the ones that are always putting their peepees in each other's butts.
Matthias is in Westworld. He's incredible.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
That dude is amazing.
Longmire had a lot of good actors on it for being what it is.
Maybe it's the only reason it's like somewhat watchable.
Probably, because it's like a B television series or like a B movie, but with like decent actors in it. So that's why it's like an anomaly. It's very strange.
I feel like it's like a hidden gem, and like I don't know. I appreciate the amount of effort that went into it, and I think TV is so shitty now in general that like I can like objectively zoom out of my like normal flavorings of shows and I can like appreciate like these ridiculous like shows now.
I think Longmire, and I just thought of this, so I might be a brain genius.
Okay.
I think Longmire is the exact opposite of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
In that it commits so hard to the proceduralness and the plotness of the story that the characters aren't meant to shine, and that makes us love the characters way more than the plot.
It's weird.
There's like no matter how much we make fun of this show, and we're gonna a lot in the next hour or so. There's still something very lovable about these characters. Like even when Walt is like being a racist old boomer to Native American guy because he thinks he's evil, you're just like, Walt, you're misguided.
Well, like in general, I would say like he's pretty not boomery in a lot of like they could easily like double down on the boomeriness and just like make him this like fucking tone deaf idiot, right? Like,
right.
He starts out like the opposite of a boomer, really, but like throughout the series,
I'd actually say Longmire is fairly like not Longmire himself, but Longmire. Most of the characters in Longmire are fairly like Gen X-y in identity. Like,
oh sure, Vic is for sure.
Vic is for sure. Katie is.
Yeah.
I guess Ferg is in a different way, and then he's like the Gen X is like the left behind generation, and the Ferg got left behind.
Totally.
he's banging Tilly. What's her name?
Yeah, I don't know her name in the show, but it is Ensign Tilly from Discovery.
Oh, she's on Discovery?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Wouldn't it be great if Ferg was on Discovery?
Would it be great if Ferg was in everything?
And he just plays Ferg.
It's me, Ferg. But he's like Ferg's great-great-grandson.
Did you guys watch any episodes of Longmire before doing this, or was it all in there for you?
No, I haven't gone back. I've been meaning to, but like I don't have the energy.
It's all in my brain.
I gotta watch Riverdale, so I'm a little preoccupied.
Yeah, it's all in my brain now, so I didn't watch any of them.
I watched season 1, episode 3, A Damned Shame, which is the one where the horses die and the barn burns down and the guy is part of the mob or whatever.
Yeah.
That's season 1, everybody. It's season 1.
Season 1, episode 3 is where you get fucking Hallelujah with a horse with like jam spread on its face and you're supposed to feel sad.
Oh man.
I showed that episode to Hadley St. Clair of Pretend Friends fame, and they like laughed through the whole thing with me.
That's the correct response to that whole sequence.
I don't know which season it is, but all you need to know about Longmire is there is one episode that ends with that song "Sail."
Oh yeah, that was the one I was gonna talk about.
Dude,
like, fucking Longmire goes to like what the it's like a lady who works for like foster care. She's like a foster home finder.
She's like a social worker. Yeah,
she's a social worker, and she's caused problems with the Native Americans or whatever. Mm-hmm. And he fucking shows up, and he's like, "I'm not gonna kill you, but I'm gonna let you die." And then Sales plays.
And he's not doing anything interesting. He's just getting up from a chair.
They're just like leaving the building. It's like, dude. And then he gets in his truck and just drives down the road. It's like, wow. I think that's like the season finale. Or maybe I don't know. I don't even remember.
It should be.
It should be.
The other episode I watched most of, pretty much just the Ferg bits, was season 6, episode 7, opioids and penicillin or something like that.
I don't remember.
It's one of the final season episodes, but it's the one where Ferg shoots a guy in the fucking head.
Oh yeah, he's fucking like traumatized by it.
Yeah, killing people will do that.
He fucking wastes this dude, and like, I only watched it because I was reading the Wikipedia entry on the Ferg, and at the bottom, a lot of people are like, "Sweet shot at the end of this episode." I'm like, the Ferg is a good boy who is like traumatized by that. Like,
yeah.
Everyone else has a fucking body count.
Dude, I was going to say, it's amazing that the Ferg lasts that long because, like, everyone in that fucking sheriff's department is, like, having the worst year of their life every season.
Oh, yeah, fucking the one that comes to my mind immediately is, like, the guy they bring in to replace Branch. Like, the dude who's, like, has a nervous disorder.
Zach.
Oh, yeah, the army guy.
He has, like, a nervous disorder or whatever, but he's also, like, Vengeance Man.
Who's also, like, sexy as fuck.
Yeah, he's a handsome-ass boy, and he just comes back later, he's like, I'm here still.
They just hire him again, don't they? They're like, yeah, you're fine. They don't even like, address it. They're just like, yeah, he's fine now.
Like, the Ferg goes to join his fucking vigilante outfit.
Dude,
he's, like, working out of a house across the street from some drug dealers.
Because he's kind of like you get the feeling like he's like a PI, right? Like a private investigator. But, like, he's like a PI that'll, like, beat your ever-loving ass.
Dude, he's, like, fucking tactical. He's awesome.
He's Army Man.
Zach.
Yeah, he's a great character. I was glad I was like bummed as hell when they got rid
of him. Yeah, he's better than that other nerd that they brought in from the other county. That white piece
the one
of shit.
That like Vic was like sort of dating, but he was also dating women behind her back.
Probably why I don't like him, because like he's an idiot and he's dating my girl.
Yeah, who'd do that to fucking Starbuck?
You gotta be an idiot,
a fool,
a fool,
a fool.
So Longmire.
Yes,
is both the character and the name of the show, so I feel like we should call him Walt from now on.
Walt,
to specify. Go, Kevin. Sorry to interrupt.
No, that's good. These are good baselines. I feel like we can't really explain Longmire the show in a concise way, but I feel like that's why it's good. Like, it's messy, and that's kind of beautiful.
I've gotten made fun of a lot for liking this, but I kept with it. I just kept being like, yeah, man. I just let it roll, and people eventually, they're like, you know what? This isn't half bad. It's not half good either, but it's not half bad.
It has an ineffable quality to it. But like
there's something about it,
You can't explain the show correctly, because no matter how well you explain it, somebody's going to go into watching it and be like, why the fuck didn't you tell me that Native American magic is real, and you can just shove spikes into your titties and it makes car crash victims heal?
Yeah, I don't think we even got into like the Cheyenne Reservation or anything.
Yeah.
But, like, that's... I mean, we don't have 3 hours to podcast.
There's so many stories in this show that it would be impossible to...
This show is like your uncle whose like heart is in the right place, but he still has all these weird little racist tendencies that he doesn't even realize are racist in any way, shape, or form. And you're just like, you can't do that, Uncle Joe. And he's like, oh, okay. Its heart's in the right place with Native Americans.
Is it?
Well, I mean, a lot of the episodes are about the struggle and the strife that's caused by what we did to Native Americans and where they're at now.
And I think the end sort of ties it up in a we're all in this. It's not Cowboys versus Indians at the end. It's Cowboys and Indians versus other Indians.
Yeah, it's Cowboys and Indians versus other Indians and Irish.
And Irish,
yeah,
the real enemy.
Well, yeah, really, at the end of the day, the lesson that Longmire teaches us is that the Irish are not to be trusted.
Finally, it took 6 seasons to get to that obvious point. Jesus.
Oh,
hey,
man.
fucking the Connollys, that's an Irish last name.
Yeah, Branch. Oh, we didn't even talk about Branch.
Oh yeah, because Branch's family is so great. Like they're the heroes.
Well,
of
that's
the
what I'm
tale.
saying. Like the show has been setting up this lesson against the Irish since episode 1 with the Connollys.
It sort of has this in a weird way, at first when I first started watching it, I was like, oh, I get it. This is like a boomer way of being like, things are changing and I don't like it. But it sort of has this way of being like anti corporation, which is kind of okay, right? Like it's like Walt is very he hates phones and he doesn't like new things and corporatism's taking over his state.
There's the whole plot line with his land. His land is at the center of the first 3 or 4 seasons of the show,
right?
Because he refuses to sell it to corporations and wealthy landowners who want to turn it into mini malls,
which is Cowboy 101, right? That's a super cowboy-y story.
There's also sort of an underlying not progressiveness, but a liberalness that sort of laws can actually make things better, but in the wrong hands they can make things
worse. Yeah, it's very libertarian almost, and
almost
not super libertarian. I don't know how
Walt
they did
has a lot of guns.
well, yeah.
It's very capitalist in the idea of there is a natural order to the world where if a righteous person is at the top of the ladder, then the world is good,
right?
And the thing about Walt is he is a righteous person who found his way into power, and he can do a lot of good that way. And when unrighteous people find their way into power, bad things happen.
Yeah.
And
are there any other righteous characters, though? Because I'm just thinking about, every time one of Walt's friends who's in a position of power is introduced, it turns out that they're a lying rat bastard who's, trying to destroy the world.
Even Lucien, who is amazing.
Yes.
Spoiler alert for season fucking 6, if you make it that far. But, Lucien, you're oh, this guy is, he's like Walt, but he's the evil Walt. He's the dark Walt, right?
He is Dark Walt.
Yeah.
Dark Walt.
He's Dark Walt. And then at the end, he's just he lets you down. And it's nobody is righteous in this story. It's fucking...
They keep introducing these characters. They introduce the sheriff of the next county over as he's my best friend. We've worked together for 20 years. And it's it's Bo or Luke Duke, even.
Yeah, it's Luke, I think. No, Bo? I don't know.
It's the
brown-haired
guy.
The brown-haired one.
Yeah, he fucking it turns out that he just accepts money from oil companies to disappear people.
Yeah, he's
and
corrupt
shit.
as fuck.
He's
He's
a monster.
super corrupt. Which makes sense because everything's corrupt now. In America, corruption is in charge now. So
the mayor of Durant is Walt's best friend, and then he turns out to be a rat fucking bastard.
He's a politician, man. Can't trust him. Libertarianism.
I love it when someone from the city shows up.
Dude. And they're like, oh my god. It's so pandery to fucking the flyover states, dude. Everyone who's in the flyover states watching A&E was like, I totally get it.
Them city liberals is too dumb to understand our way of life.
I bet they voted for Hillary.
Remember the Jewish lawyer who shows up?
Yes.
And is where can I get a bagel?
Yeah. Where can I get a bagel and schmear, Longmire?
Oy vey, Longmire.
But then Longmire turns out to be best friends with him. They turn out to joke with each other and have a good time.
Yeah, he's a stereotype as fuck, and then
really
he turns out to be kind of okay.
His name is Schmendelbaum or something.
Boy, there's more desert here than when my people wandered it for 40 years.
It's very boomer idea of what being progressive is. It's
yes.
we all got our weird things and everyone's fucked up and it's fun to make fun of people. But sometimes people are still people, even if they're Jewish.
Right.
And that's Longmire.
There it is.
And now that we've introduced the franchise, we've shown you the world.
Yeah, that's really it.
Not unlike Aladdin to Jasmine, we have shown you the world today. I feel like we're at a place where we can introduce... I don't know if our fan characters are going to be terrible enough since the show is the way it is, but we're still going to try.
I feel like mine's just terrible enough.
I had to reach for mine, I feel.
We'll see.
We'll see,
okay. We're going to start out... We're going to go Kevin, Josh, me.
Okay.
So, can I?
It is... The floor is yours, Kevin. The spotlight is on you.
Okay. So, my character that I submit to the OGOC Society is Spookums, the ghost that only the Ferg can see.
I thought you said you had trouble with this one. It sounds like you hit a home run right off the bat.
It really tickled my fucking funny bone. I'm sorry.
Dude, this is like real Ghostbusters, but only like when it was Slimer. Like when Slimer was just the Ghostbusters. This is what this is.
So, I really tried to make a character that stood on their own in the Longmire universe, but that just can't happen. And I love the Ferg, and every character that I make on OGOC needs to be the best friend of another character.
Uh-huh.
Of course.
Thus, Spookums.
Spookums. Oh my god.
So this takes place in the extended Longmire universe, aka Longmire Season 7.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Sheriff Katie Longmire has not lived up to her father's legacy as she struggles to rein in a crime wave in Absaroka County.
Damn, Katie. Get it together.
Well, she's fucked up everything. Why do we think she can be a sheriff?
Yeah.
Like, I love Katie.
She has been really bad at everything she's tried to do.
She's
so
like
far.
a lawyer who makes like, I don't know, like $100,000 a year, and she's just like, fuck it, I don't need it.
I'm gonna go and live in a dirt shack on a reservation where everyone around me hates me.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna break the law all the time and not respect any culture.
I'm gonna break the law every day of my life and then shit on my dad for maybe breaking the law once.
Yeah.
So in Season 7, I feel Katie has swung too far in the opposite direction, and the law often binds her and her deputies' actions.
Okay.
And thus, bad people walk free.
The law.
This sounds boomer as fuck, and I'm on
Damn.
it.
I'm in.
The Ferg, frustrated with the red tape of being a deputy sheriff, begins moonlighting as a vigilante known as Bighorn.
Bighorn! Shit. What does he wear, dude? What does he wear?
I picture him like he's got like horns and a domino mask. Like the big curly like Princess Leia horns or whatever and a domino mask. It's really obvious it's the Ferg. He's just got like a dollar store cape or something on, and he's got his same dirty, hairy, fucking giant ass magnum.
He's got a fucking body type.
I know that it's definitely fun to picture him having a really terrible costume, but I think it's actually even better to picture him with like a really fucking good costume.
No, you're so right. Like when Ben in Parks and Rec buys the Batman costume.
Batman outfit. Yeah. Treat yourself, man.
Like he's got like a pelt of like a bull and like real bull horns.
Shit, yeah.
He's starting to feel like the Yellow King now from fucking what's that show? The HBO show. That's what this is.
Game of Thrones.
No, the other one about the cops.
Veep.
No.
Blue Bloods.
No, that's on CBS.
Is that the one with Sean Astin?
Arliss. That's the one. Arliss with $2 S's. True Detective. Fuck, I got it.
True Detective.
Like he's already got the Trans Am. Like he's already got the cool fucking car. So like,
does he paint it black, please?
Oh yeah, and he's got like the Bighorn logo on it.
Oh fuck, dude. Where the screaming eagle is, the screaming hawk.
Yeah,
he puts the Bighorn logo. What's his logo look like?
Dude, fucking Bighorn. I feel like Bighorn could be like a CW style spinoff.
Oh fuck
yes.
yeah, dude.
I gotta say, as of right now, I have no idea how you're going to get to Spookums. I have no clue how you're going to do this.
Isn't that the great journey we're going on together, though?
So, Bighorn's vigilante justice managed to curb the crime wave for a time. But one night, after stopping a drug deal and carrying a confiscated dosage of LSD,
shit,
Ferg slipped in a puddle and accidentally shot himself in the penis.
The SLC fucked himself. Are you Jesus, man?
When he came to, he was bleeding, high out of his mind, and hallucinating on Ruby's couch. Ruby is like his Alfred in this.
Ruby.
Perfect.
Ruby.
Dude, Ruby's fucking Alfred.
And that's when he first saw Spookums.
What?
That's the intro?
That's how
Yeah.
So he's hallucinating.
He took a big dose of LSD because he slipped in a puddle.
What if it's like
he shot his own dick off?
He just grazed it.
It's so big.
It went right through.
It's fine. It didn't hit the bone. It's fine.
Yeah.
It went through the bone, alright.
It's a flesh wound. It's a flesh wound.
It's just a flesh wound. You went to work the next day. He's fucking the Ferg.
He took the cork out of his wine and put it right in there, and he went to fucking work the next day.
This is not the first time Ferg has accidentally shot his dick.
That's true. There's no way he hasn't done it at least once
Season
before.
7 is crazy.
Spookums is a cartoony Casper-like ghost that regularly appears to the Ferg in times of duress.
Damn.
He wears a straw hat with flaming red hair and a red bow tie, and his legs are he's a fucking cartoon ghost. Okay, jeez.
This is fucking Happy. The show with the imaginary friend that like follows the guy around and helps him solve crimes.
No, it's exactly that.
I've never seen that.
Patton Oswalt voices Happy, the weird flying cartoon donkey.
Yeah. I've seen like Hulu ads for it.
Yeah, I've only seen 2 episodes. It's one of those shows that works really hard to be as crass and ridiculous as possible.
Yeah.
So it's not that bad, but
But this is so like Longmire season 7 does not have the budget to do like a CGI thing, so it's pretty much like a Hanna-Barbara.
It's rotoscoped in. It's just rotoscoping.
It's actually they have somebody holding a piece of paper that has the ghost on it.
Forced perspective.
But like the guy who plays Ferg, I'm going to assume his name's also the Ferg.
The Ferg,
yeah.
It's just him.
First name The, last name Ferg.
Yeah.
He's like acting the fuck out of it. Every time he sees like Spookums, he's like, someone's died. Something's gone wrong.
Something's gone wrong.
Spookums, what are you trying to warn me of?
It's a built-in bat signal.
And he has to like kind of hide the fact that he can see Spookums because he doesn't want anyone at the the sheriff's office to know he's done LSD.
They'll like psychologically analyze him and have to take 2 days or 2 weeks paid vacation.
Yeah, and he does not want that because crime. Because crime.
Eventually, they're gonna fucking find out that his body has figured out a way to naturally produce LSD and just keep running it through.
Crime doesn't take 2 weeks paid vacation.
Neither does LSD.
Neither does LSD. It stays with you forever, trust me.
Dude, there is definitely a beach episode where Ferg just needs to relax doctor's orders.
Yeah.
And like he's going to the beach and Spookums keeps being like, solve my dad.
Solve my dad. No, Spookums, like Ferg's like unhinged at this point. He's like crazy.
No, Spookums, get away from me, and like his girlfriend leaves him and he's just like spiraling.
Tilly.
Oh no. I'm just picturing the Ferg like 5 o'clock shadow, giant cartoonish bags under his eyes, just like no Spookums, no.
Like a close up Ren and Stimpy style, like cigarette
yeah.
hanging out of his mouth, yeah.
He's like, oh, I've got another case for you, Ferg.
The Ferg.
Oh my god, he's got that accent.
Yeah.
Dude, he's a super Irish ghost, man.
like, get away from me, Spookums.
Faith and Begora, Ferg.
Faith and Begora, Ferg.
You gotta solve this crime, Boyle. You gotta be fucking with me, Ferg. You let me die and you're not even gonna solve me fucking crime.
You fucking cunt. You cunt, you.
You cunt, Ferg. You can't solve me own murder.
I swear by my own mother, I'm gonna fucking kill you, Ferg. Once I learn how to use these hands.
Once I learn how to ghost, you're dead, Ferg. You ever see the movie Ghost, Ferg?
I'm gonna Whoopi Goldberg your ass with your girlfriend, Ferg.
I like those redheads, Ferg.
He's great. Dude, Spookums.
Spookums
He's a naughty
nuts.
boy.
Yeah, no doubt.
Redheads.
Spookums, the best Longmire character. Spookums.
This is amazing. This is like Jump the Shark times 15,000.
It's fucking the Great Gazoo, but for
Yeah,
Longmire.
He's absolutely the Great Gazoo. Like, I feel like he doesn't even show up that much. Like, he shows up, the gaps between him showing up are long enough for you to forget that, oh, this is the season with Spookums in it.
Oh, right.
Just long enough so that people can keep missing it if they don't watch the episode all the way through. So eventually they see him and they're like, what the fuck? Has he been in every episode?
When did
like
this
season
happen?
7 is like really good, and you're like trying to sell someone on the show, and you're like showing them a great episode, but it's kind of out of context, and they're like, "What the fuck is that?" It's like, "Oh, that's Spookums the ghost, only that Ferg can see."
Yeah, it's dude. Oh my god, I love it.
What would be best as well is if you go back into season 6, like when the Ferg's kind of getting a little unhinged during the middle of it, and like edit Spookums into the background.
George Lucas Spookums, right?
Yo, I'm totally one. Okay, I'm gonna like try to do that. I'm gonna go find some Longmire and just put a fucking Spookums in it. Just pop him in like one frame, like the dead kid from 3 Men and a Little Baby.
Just like do a bunch of like shots of the Ferg like looking like off of the shot, and just put a reverse shot of Spookums.
Flip it.
Every time the Ferg walks in front of a reflective surface, take out his reflection and put Spookums' reflection in instead.
Damn, get on that, George Lucas. You're not doing anything. Get on it.
So I have some stats.
Okay.
So here are the Bighorn stats.
Okay.
He's got aim 80, will 120.
Oh my
psychic
god!
powers 30.
Wait.
10, armor 1, hack 10.
He can hack.
He has Googled things several times.
Why is he telepathic? When did this happen? Because of the LSD?
What is his psychic stat?
Yeah, it's psychic.
Oh yeah, doing LSD makes you like minorly psychic.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, especially in fiction.
I mean, he can see ghosts. That's pretty psychic.
Well, he can see ghost.
Singular.
He can see
He's
one.
okay psychic. He can see one ghost.
Spookums, the ghost that only the Ferg can see. Here's Spookums stats. Japes, 1,000. Jokes, 10,000.
Jesus fuck.
Tricks, up his sleeve. Here's a quote. Faith in Begora, Fergie, me boy.
Faith in Begora, Fergie, me boy. Me boy.
The poor have me, the rich don't. If you eat me, you'll die. What am I?
He's a Riddler. He's a fucking Riddler.
He's like pointing the Ferg towards some evidence in this
but he can't
scene.
He like can't like tell him, right? Because it's like against the ghost rules.
The Ferg's like, gold! He's talking about money! That must mean the money vault got broke into!
It's just like Da Vinci Code as fuck. It's fucking random connections.
Fucking Katie's there and she's like, Ferg, are you okay?
Ferg. Great work on the case, Ferg. I don't know how you did it. And he looks over and Spookums is there and they both wink at each other.
You owe me one, Moyle.
You owe me one. Let's go to the Red Pony. Freeze frame. End of season 7.
He's completely banned from the Red Pony at this point. Like, he keeps fucking sitting at a table and talking to himself for hours at a time.
And he's just like ordering 2 drinks and putting one by Spookums, and like Spookums drinks it, but like the beer in the bottle just goes down and
goes away. Oh my god, this is amazing.
Third quote, shoot him, Ferg. Give in to the bloodlust.
This is incredible.
Fourth quote, Jinkies, I love it.
Jinkies.
Oh my god, he's got a catchphrase.
Jinkies.
Jinkies.
Jinkies, I love it.
I love
love
it.
it.
I love it.
Oh, Fergie.
Can you solve the mystery of Spookum's identity? He's a former Longmire character.
Oh my god, is he Branch?
No.
Oh.
That's a great guess, though.
Damn,
is he
who
Branch's
is he?
dad?
No, I'll let people guess at home, but there are a few. If you go back and really look at the hints I've laid out for you, you'll find your way.
Who is
to-
the Irish mob guy? Did they kill him?
Maybe.
Oh, it's the guy that Ferg. Oh, I gave it away.
The guy
It's
that-
Eddie Harp. It's Eddie Harp.
Yeah, it's
Eddie
the guy
Harp.
that Ferg
The
shot
only
in the
person
fucking head.
Ferg has killed.
He's the guy everyone was like tweeting at me, like, this guy's you. And I was like, yep, we all look the same. That's right.
I can't believe you fucking killed me, Ferg, me boy.
Ferg.
Ferg, you killed me.
You shot me in me fucking noggin, Ferg.
Right in my brain thoughts.
Jinkies, Ferg.
I love
I
it.
was just trying to make a fucking buck.
I had a ma and a da.
I had a man da.
What are me mother and fudder gonna do now?
Same thing we do every night, Spookums.
Solve all the crimes.
Yeah, try to bighorn the world.
Spookums and Bighorn.
Ba-na-na-na.
Nice.
That's the Longmire thing.
Unbelievable.
So those are my characters,
I don't-
Spookums and Bighorn.
I don't want to go after that. That's too much.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not following that.
We
act.
should have made him go last. That was crazy.
I'm glad you guys were here because you really filled in like the Spookums gaps. I feel like
Oh,
there's so
yeah.
many
That's
tropes
what the
you can
show's
do.
about. It's collaborative creation.
Yeah, that's good. 'cause-
Maybe he goes to see, like, Ferg goes to see, like, a Native American, like, witch man doctor, whatever they're called. I don't know what they're called. Medicine man. And,
Yeah.
like, the medicine man, like, totally knows, like, Spookums is there. Because he's a medicine man.
And he's like, "Oh, hey, Spookums,
Hey,
how you
Spookums.
Like
doing?
they know each other already. Like, I spoke
Yeah.
up. You're up for the card game, right?
Oh, I'm keeping it tight.
You know, just hanging out with the Ferg.
Sullivan Crimes.
Solving
Solomon
crimes.
Creams.
Oh my god. I love
I'm
it.
sorry to any Irish people who listen.
The fact that he has an Irish accent is so fucking like apropos for me right now, since I made a character for D&D that has an Irish accent, so I've just been talking in it for weeks.
It's fun to talk in it.
I almost burnt the ghost that only one character can see on a Space King's character, but it had to be the Ferg and it had to be OGOC.
It was
Had to be the Ferg.
I just make small drunk characters all the time, so you can do ghosts all the time. Who cares?
It's true. It's true.
Everyone's got a type, man. You know,
That's right.
Dude, Tindy and Killcat are very different.
they are
as far-
different, but they're
Yeah.
exactly the same.
They're
It's weird.
small and they drink a lot, but besides that, they have completely different personalities.
Yeah, it's weird.
I mean,
Maybe-
drinking a lot is fun.
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
It is.
Uh-huh.
Try it for yourself at home.
You don't have to tell me, Ferg. He drinks a
Spookums.
bottle and it just falls right out of him because he's a ghost.
He's trying to go on a date, but Spookums keeps trying to help.
Oh,
Tell her
man,
she's
this
got
is so good.
beautiful knockers. Tell her she's got great knockers, Ferg, my boy.
Sure, your cock.
Ask her
Show
if she
your
wants to go
scars.
on a ride on your mustache, boy.
Grow a mustache, boyo.
Tell her you got a big Lincoln log on the fire at home.
Dude, he totally grows a mustache.
Oh no, that's
Season 7.
that's the season 7 distinguishing factor right there.
Holy shit, that shows time has passed.
Yeah.
That shows dystopian
And he's-
future where time has
And he's
passed.
maybe a little wiser, a little older.
He's got a little salt and pepper on his temples.
He's seen some
God.
shit. He killed a man who turned into a ghost that follows him around who's Irish.
Story as old as time.
It's like being a president. That shit'll age you.
You're looking good, Ferg. Like the salt and pepper, me boy. Too bad you had to go and shoot me in the fucking head.
When's Spinderella showing up, me boyo?
Spookums, are you ever gonna let that go?
No, you fucking shot me, you piece of shit.
You shite?
He always gets like
You
this when he's
fucking
drunk.
cunt.
Who gets like what?
Who gets like what? What are you talking about? Ferg, we need to talk. Oh god, Ferg's lost it. It's Branch. It's when Branch died, he snapped.
Branch is a completely other ghost that also the
Dude,
Ferg can see, but
the
like
thing
is way
is,
more boring.
The Ferg can't see Branch, but Branch can see the Ferg, and also Branch can see Spookums.
Yeah.
There's just a shot of Branch like walking behind in the scene in the like background, going into the Ferg's refrigerator, getting like a Coke, and then he walks away, and you never see him again.
Like the Ferg is like sitting at the table drinking, and like Spookums is sitting next to him, and he's like, "Don't worry, me boyo, things will cheer up. Tilly'll want you back soon, I promise." And then like fucking Branch's ghost walks by in the background, and they like lock eyes, and fucking Spookums goes, "Keep walking, you fucking cunt."
They're like cats who hate each other.
Dude, that's a ghost. It's ghost law, dude.
I'm hotting this side of the street.
It's like, what? He's like, yeah, keep walking, keep going. Be on your way.
That's right, you better keep walking, you fucking cunt.
You cunt?
Better not see you in me neighborhood again.
This is my turf, boyo.
I'm hotting this side of the street.
Stay in your lane.
So, apologies to all of our Irish listeners.
That's fine.
All
We're
zero
like
of
Irish.
you.
Yeah.
Apologies, and also you have my permission to put Spookums on your flag.
On your flag.
It would make it a lot cooler.
Don't tread on Spookums.
It doesn't even say "don't tread on me" or anything. It just says "keep walking, you fucking
Keep walking,
cunt."
you cunt. That's amazing. And Spookums cut up into like 7 pieces. Holy shit. Oh my god. Okay. All right.
Josh,
We gotta get. We spent like 23 minutes on Spookums.
it's the highlight of the episode already, Kevin. There's no follow-up.
yeah.
I think it's important to note ahead of time before I pass the mic over to Josh, because we do only have one mic.
Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
Josh and I technically collaborated on our ideas because we just kept tweeting them at each other for a little bit, and then we went off into our own corners and created our own characters based on it.
Yeah.
I was also included as part of this. I was also in the original Twitter discussion where I came up with the Gref, who is the anti-Ferg and possibly a demon. who I might reuse in season 7.
Like, the thing is, you need to take out you saying the Gref and put in audio of you saying the Ferg, but backwards. Like, spin that shit around.
That's a lot of work. Holy shit.
The Gref.
No, that's easy. I'll just say
know,
it clean
it's too
right
much
here.
work for Josh. Josh wouldn't do that.
There we go.
Yeah, give a clean one. Get a clean one.
Perfect.
Yeah, that'll get him.
That'll get him.
I made a character called.
He'll be like, what's wrong with my podcast?
Okay,
Download it again. All right, my character
Yes.
for OGOC Longmire. My guy, like I kind of envisioned this as like a Cowboy Bebop the movie scenario where we're kind of going back a little bit, and how far back we don't really know. It could take place between like any of the seasons, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So my guy's name is Genji Kawasaki.
Yeah.
Walt's swordmaster karate trainer man. Former member of the Yakuza, now resides in Absaroka after having left his ties to the crime syndicate behind. Kawasaki was the former leader of the Yakuza's famed motorcycle karate sword gang, the Oto Bakira, which in Japanese means motorcycle killer. I don't really know if it means that. I just kind of like quickly Googled it.
According to Google Translate, it means
That's
it,
what
which
it
is
means.
good enough for Longmire.
Works for Longmire.
Sorry, Japanese and Irish listeners.
It's gonna get worse before it gets better, me boy.
Nah, dude, this guy's wholesome as fuck.
Mi boy Osabe.
Mi boy Osan. Oh, shit. Kawasaki is a skilled swordsman as well as a master of martial arts. His daughter was mistakenly killed by his own Yakuza after visiting a dog-themed restaurant owned by a rival gang. You know the ones where dogs are just, like, walking around near the food and stuff, and you can pet them and junk? Yeah. They fucking blew one of those adorable-ass places up.
Oh my god!
There were dogs in there, and they died. That's how bad they are.
Is he haunted by the ghost of his daughter and 1,000,000 dogs?
Spookums 2, the daughter of Kawasaki.
Dog spookums.
Spookums and Kawasaki are tight.
Spookums and Kawasaki.
Only white people can't see Spookums.
Only white
Which is
people.
weird since he's Irish, but okay.
That's ghosts. That's all ghosts. Only white people are ignorant to ghosts. It's true. It's fucking true. We have like super low ghost knowledge.
White people don't deserve Spookums except for the fur.
Yeah. Well, he's proved himself. He shot his dick off
He did.
while tripping balls on LSD.
So, I want to hear more about Kawasaki.
Okay. Kawasaki vowed never to go back to the Yakuza and spend the rest of his days hunting those down who killed his daughter. Kawasaki now runs a failing cattle ranch in Absaroka. He can't bring himself to sell cattle to anyone who's going to slaughter them. Which is sort of like the whole idea of a cattle ranch. The memories are too painful.
So he just like pets them like dogs or
He
something.
just keeps them. He just like saves them. He never sells them.
He's named all of the cows after the
names them.
dogs from the restaurants.
Oh, we'll get to it.
He could
We'll get there.
potentially milk them.
Yeah, but not the bulls.
You
Well,
could.
Or can you? Hold on. You've only been drinking half the milk possible? Shit. As such, his business is not doing well. He spends most of his time with his true passion, grooming dogs and karate.
yeah.
Genji is big into poodles and labradoodles. So, like, my thing is, like, he, like, uses his sword energy on, like, cutting the dog hairs. He's, like, a
That's
master
the
at
secret
cutting.
tell that lets
Yeah.
others know that he's a master swordsman.
Right. Like, maybe he, like, is, like, cutting, like, some old, like, rich Absaroka white lady's dog, and he's just, like, doing it, like, so good, and she's like, oh my god, how's he doing this?
He's just like making eye contact with the dog, and then like the dog looks back, and he looks at the dog, and then suddenly he's on the other side of the dog.
Right.
Makes like a swing sound, and all the dog's fur flies off.
It's like after images the dog.
I'm imagining this being Longmire. There's gonna be so many fucking like
super racist,
like fucking Japanese music stings. Like
Just
every
that
time he
little
does
guitar
something, it goes yo.
It was just one of those like fountain drippy that just like quiet for no reason. Fucking Tarantino as fuck.
So good. I love him. He's such a sweet boy.
His grooming skills are considered the best in Wyoming, even though he must maintain a life of secrecy as to not tip off the Yakuza. Plus, as the old Japanese proverb states, a labradoodle only strikes when it's ready to kill.
Dude, that is fucking true.
I think we all remember that.
I have a fucking bamboo print on my wall that has that in Japanese characters.
It's just an old calendar from like a Japanese restaurant that you got, like a sushi place. It just says it on there. Maybe you'll get it tattooed on you at spring break. I don't know what it means. I just like it.
I just like it a lot. Oh, it says the labradoodle only strikes when it's ready to kill. Fuck yeah!
Now I fucking love it.
Dude, that's a best case scenario.
That's even better.
I'm getting it twice on both arms.
That way they don't have to mirror my sprite.
For when the game comes out.
Jeff, was that joke precisely for me? Was that like
It was. It was meant for you.
It's a well-crafted Kevin joke. Oh, man.
Thank you.
Kawasaki trained Walt in the ways of the sword in preparation for the day that his rival reached Absaroka. Like, foregone conclusion, man. He's going to find them, right?
Of course.
Right, yeah. I mean, like, people are going to know the only Japanese guy in Absaroka County,
Yeah.
right?
He's got some history, right?
Oh, there's another.
Right?
There's one more.
Who's it going to be? I don't know. He crafted Walt's katana named Rainier out of the twisted steel left over from the dog cafe and the bones of his enemies. He also taught Walt the ancient and secret art of gun kata, as seen in the hit 2002 film Equilibrium.
Yeah. I cannot even picture Walt on a motorcycle. Like, I can't even.
like a Kawasaki, because his name's Kawasaki.
Yeah, I can't even picture him. That's too cool.
I have some stats, but they're more like fun facts.
Oh, give us them fun facts.
Right. Genji currently holds the top score in Deer Hunting USA, the arcade game, at the Red Pony Cafe and Continual Soiree, beating Walt's old record. He goes by the name Sake-san. Maybe one day the student will become the master. I was really proud of Sake-san because it's a bar and sake is a drink and his name's Kawasaki. I was like super proud of that.
That's fucking clever as hell.
I was like, that's really funny, Josh.
Dude, the Japanese love puns. If I know anything about anime, is that puns, like, big winner.
They don't translate well to English, though, because their language is completely different. That one did.
I feel like he also hangs out explaining the pun to people, being like, that's my high score.
That's my high score, yeah.
Like, in my brain, I'm picturing Pai Mei from Kill Bill.
Yeah.
But with a cowboy hat.
Yeah, exactly. He's maybe not as old. Maybe he's actually like, I was picturing like if Pai Mei were George Takei. Like that's what I was picturing.
Oh, okay. So he doesn't look ancient. He just looks like an old guy.
Well, George Takei looks fucking ancient.
I was picturing Master from Tokyo Midnight Diner.
Okay,
I don't know what that is.
He's got Toshiro Mifune.
Yeah, that's how I was picturing him too, like Mifune.
Looks like a fucking samurai.
Yeah, like old samurai, like an old style.
Yeah, so I was picturing Master Splinter, but maybe less rat.
Like before the rat.
Yeah, before he became the rat, when he was Hamato Yoshi.
Yeah.
Whoa, is that real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He's a real guy, dude.
Although in the movies, he's like a rat in a cage. And
yeah.
He's just mimicking his master's martial arts, and that's how he learns ninjutsu.
Dude, oh my god, I love it.
I met the Ninja Turtle guys once, and I pitched a video game to them as part of my job.
Corey Feldman?
Yeah, I met Corey Feldman.
My god! Did he do his Michael Jackson impression like he always does?
Oh my god.
He said not for any amount of money, and then he took a pull from his flask, and I was like, okay, I'm not going to dig into that one.
That seems like a sore subject.
Which Ninja Turtle people did you meet?
No, I met like the original
Eastman
Ninja
and
Turtle.
Laird?
I think so.
Oh my
They live in
God.
Northampton, Massachusetts, and my work was on the same street as theirs, and I actually got to go in and see all their like Ninja Turtles memorabilia and stuff.
That's
and talk to
awesome.
them.
What a fucking charmed life you've led, Kevin.
That's Massachusetts, man. It's like a liberal fucking utopia up there.
We got
free healthcare, Ninja Turtles everywhere.
Fucking, I gotta move now. I gotta learn that secret of the ooze.
Hope you like paying taxes, though.
Dude, the Ninja Turtles like compound was like secure. Like they did not want people just waltzing in the place.
Yeah.
Well, dude, they have to secure it or else the Foot Clan is gonna get in there.
That's why.
There was a fucking like airlock scenario.
Holy
where, like,
shit.
That's crazy.
I had to like buzz in with like an ID number and shit.
Good thing they didn't like pull the air out of the airlock and like put like some crazy like mutagen gas in there, and you didn't turn into like whatever animal you last ate or however the fuck it works.
Like
probably would have been Northampton duck nachos.
Kevin,
delicious.
Some sort of duck.
Kevin went in there and fucking found out the secret of the 5th Ninja Turtle, and they had to wipe his goddamn mind.
He forgets their.
They did give me a comic book that they never released.
That's awesome.
that I'm not sure if I can even.
He knows about the fifth Ninja Turtle, Lenny.
He knows about the fifth Ninja Turtle, the Ferg.
The Ferg.
Hit me with some more of them fun facts.
All right. Genji's prized labradoodle, Yoshi, is also a certified drug-sniffing dog who helps the sheriff find bad guys because drugs are bad.
What a good boy.
This is my favorite fun fact and my last fun fact.
Okay.
Walt's karate skills learned from his sensei have given him a peek into the world of Tantra, which explains why he was able to doggy-style Vic in the last episode for longer than the sex scene in The Watchmen, allowing him to maintain an orgasm for hours, if not days.
I know now how we link Bighorn with Kawasaki, which is after Ferg shoots his penis, Longmire is like, if you want to get full functionality back, I know a guy. And he gives him Kawasaki's card, and Kawasaki also teaches him the way of the blade.
Yes.
And Ferg's like, no knives. And he says, this is not a knife. And he throws him a katana.
Shit.
Fuck. The Ferg with a katana is the most hilarious visual I could possibly
Oh my
imagine.
god. Dude, I love this show even more now. Is that possible? Is it even humanly possible to love this show more?
Like,
We're doing it.
This culture doesn't exist. This is why we made this show, is that no one is doing this kind of thing. Like, they're doing the kissing stuff, which is laudable, important, good work. But
Yes.
we need the high concept stuff.
We gotta expand these universes.
Dude, I'm positive that at some point in that writer's room, somebody was like, Walt meets a samurai? and then Annie was like, the moms don't want to see samurais.
Walt takes his shirt off and his gut hangs out? Greenlight it!
Put it
Oh
in!
my god. His shirt is off, but his hat's still on.
He just looks like a sad old stripper.
Walt lets his gunt hang out, and there's a sunset behind it?
He's wearing a loose pink kimono that's undone in the front, and the whole fight, like, they're just blocking his junk areas, like, surreptitiously with different props.
With, like, a sword scarab just, like, covers his dick. Just weirdly. Yeah.
Perfect.
Nice.
I love that you made, like, a very good boy to take the place of the Ferg now that he's getting edgy.
Yeah, the Ferg, well, he's new to town, but also, like,
Yeah.
he was a Yakuza, so how good is he, right?
It's true. He's turned over a new leaf.
He's kind of like witness protection character, which is like a character in, like, lots of movies, right? Like,
Yeah.
there's one in
And-
Eraser.
And it always ends well in fiction, right? Like, witness protection's always 100% effective.
Ah,
Yeah, nobody
Shit.
ever finds out. Nobody ever finds out where he lives.
Fuck. I should have made a time-traveling samurai. Fuck!
Go
Do
full
some
heroes.
Kate and Leopold garbage
Oh
with,
my
like,
God.
Katie and the samurai.
Kate and Leopold.
Yeah.
Oh, Katie loves the samurai. Oh my
Fuck.
god.
There's a movie, I fucking forget the name of it, but it's an American movie that has the guy who played the original Kamen Rider in it as a samurai, and he gets thrown through time and falls in
What?
love with a white lady in New York City, and then they go on an adventure together.
And it's not Kate and Leopold?
It is not.
There's a spaghetti western called Red Sun that has a samurai in it.
That sounds
It's-
awesome.
It's actually rad as fuck.
Yojimbo has a 6-shooter in it.
Well,
but-
Yojimbo is a samurai, is a
That's a
cowboy
that's a
movie, 'cause
masterpiece.
Yojimbo is
Yeah.
also Fistful of Dollars, right?
Right.
Mhm.
Or the second one, I don't remember.
For a few
Yeah.
dollars more.
I don't know. It's one of those.
They
They have a weird like samurai and cowboys have like this perfect I don't understand.
It's like the national symbol of like manliness and freedom, I guess.
yeah,
in both countries,
in both cultures. Yeah,
So there's like an overlap in concept because it's like cowboys are like lawmen or outlaws who have like
Right.
a code of honor.
and so are samurai.
Yeah,
But they're both, like, very much disconnected from the historical
The
yeah, they have
reality,
nothing
yeah,
to do with it.
completely made up. Right. Every
But-
bit of them was covered in like politics and bullshit and real life shit. Right.
Mhm.
Right. Like, and also some of the stories were, like, way cooler than what like the historical stories were way cooler than what we're willing to tell.
Yeah.
Like there was a samurai who was like from Africa. Like,
Yeah.
who was taken over as like as slave by the Portuguese.
They're making a movie about that.
I know,
That's
it's gonna
awesome.
be so good. If it's bad, I'm gonna cry, but that sounds really cool.
It's got samurai. It'll be good.
It'll be good. They never made a bad one.
They do it in Westworld too. In the second season, they go to Samurai World, and it's like, of fucking course they do, right?
Of course, yeah.
Like it makes perfect fucking sense. Like, of course you do this.
Samurai World is like Westworld, but for Japanese people. They'd be all
Right.
fucking into it.
And like they meet their like, not to spoil that show, but they meet their like other hosts that are like copies of the ones from Westworld, and the hosts are like, you just like ripped us off, and the guy's like, I created you, I didn't rip off myself, you know what I mean? It's really good.
So good. I feel like the samurai image is like often the masterless samurai who's
Yeah,
like,
the Ronin,
Yeah.
sort of, he's like he was devoted to like the order and law and stuff, but now he like works for himself.
Yeah.
And the cowboy is sort of like I work for myself, but I've been pushed into this position where I have to uphold order.
Oh, yeah.
So
Right.
kind of this interesting like inverse of each other. And I think that's why we like them so. They're like, they work so good together.
They're the inverse of each other in that respect, and also the inverse of each other culturally on the planet, right? Like they're completely different cultures that kind of existed at the same time. Well, the end of samurai were taking place during the cowboy times, right?
It's interesting to note, like, you were talking about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles earlier, and now we're talking about, like, samurai and stuff. You may remember on, like, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles when you were a kid, a rabbit showed up who was a samurai every now and
had
then.
the toy.
Yeah, his name was
Usagi no Jimbo.
Yojimbo. Yeah, well, that's the name of the
Yojimbo.
comic. His name is Miyamoto Usagi, and he's based on like Musashi
Musashi,
Miyamoto.
yeah.
Awesome.
It's a comic series that started at the same time Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles did, like back in the early '80s. Same time as like the comic series did, anyway.
When talking animals were king.
Hell yeah.
I love Miyamoto Musashi stories.
I do too.
The guy
so
who
good.
created Usagi Yojimbo is still making it to this day. He's like 200 and some issues in, and he fucking loves it still. He still makes it.
I thought you were going to say he's like 200 and some years old, and
He
I was
could
like,
be.
wow.
He's a
old
fucking
as
master.
shit.
His name is Stan Sakai. Everybody should go.
That's a sweet name.
Everybody should go check out Usagi Yojimbo. It's fucking awesome.
Pretty cool name, but it's no Genji Kawasaki.
No, it's not. So, as always, Kevin has made a character that's a pretty good boy. He's getting out there and into the not good boy land.
He's tipping his toe into the bad boy.
Yeah, you know,
Josh has created a character who's a totally good boy,
Yeah.
which is strange.
I mean, he's probably murdered people.
I've created a bad boy.
Yes!
I created the villain for the movie that Josh is talking about.
Yes!
His name is Yamato Sin.
Whoa! Totally on the nose. I love it.
His birth name was Tachibana Yamato, so he had a normal name to begin with.
Oh, I changed it to cooler though.
What's Tachibana? Is that from something? Is that a reference to something?
There are a lot of characters in Japanese media named Tachibana, but Kamen Rider's mentor is named
Gotcha.
Tachibana Tobei.
All right, Jeff, with your references.
Another one comes back in a minute, but he's 50, so he's the same age Walt is.
Yeah.
Dual citizenship, USA and Japan.
Nice.
Oh, you know he's evil.
Alignment, evil ninja.
Yes. Dude.
Occupation, wealthy investor, landowner, and Yakuza psycho Komon.
Oh my god.
Underboss.
Did he blow up the dog cafe?
Probably not, but it doesn't link up timeline-wise, but maybe there
How
was
do we
time
know?
travel involved.
He didn't not explode the dog. cafe.
We don't know.
His enemies include Walt Longmire, Henry Standing Bear,
Damn.
rival Yakuza bosses,
Mm-hmm.
and Master Genji Kawasaki.
Fuck.
Shit.
His first appearance was in the Season 7, Episode 5 episode Walt vs. Ninjas, which was an advertisement for the movie.
Walt versus ninjas.
Longmire, Walt versus Ninjas. In opening July 22nd.
He's played by Japanese actor Tetsuo Kurata, who played Kamen Rider Black.
I want to
Nice,
see.
very
Do I
nice.
know him? Tetsuo
Kurata.
Got it.
Here's his whole life story.
Can I just say, I'm shocked that I'm the only person who didn't come to play with the Japanese character.
It's
Yeah,
true.
you would think you would be like first in line, but you showed up with a ghost this time, which is crazy. That might be the most anime shit ever, though, Kevin. We picked Japanese characters, but you made a ghost.
You're right. Spookums is 100% anime. You're
Like
right.
he's literally animated.
Like, my anime phase was a lot longer ago than yours, I think.
Yeah,
I think you've got
yeah.
the skills to pay the bills when it comes to anime.
My anime
stuff.
phase was burn hot and bright early on.
I mean,
Yeah.
Cowboy Bebop is a good time to start and stop.
That's
Oh, yeah.
kind of
Like-
what I did. I did Dragon Ball too, like Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, I got asked my top 3 anime earlier, and I
Yeah.
realized how much of a basic fucking bitch I
Yeah,
am when it comes to anime.
Yeah, I'm even more basic than you. I don't even think I could like really
It's
pick a
Dragon
third
Ball
one.
Z, Cowboy Bebop, Sailor Moon.
Mine are Cowboy Bebop, and Dragon Ball Z.
Mine are Silver Spoon, Erased, and I guess maybe Genshiken, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what any.
Yeah, I'm gonna just say, yeah, those are good.
If Kevin likes them, then they're good.
They probably
I'm
are.
more slice of lifey than you guys.
Yeah, you like.
I like
the,
an action anime.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like ones that are kind of just about. Sometimes you go camping and things don't turn out the way you want, but that's okay.
That's fine. That's life, right?
I like. I guess I like more live action Japanese stuff. All
Yeah.
the superhero stuff.
Yeah,
They actually made this show. I'll fucking interrupt myself for a second.
it's fine.
They actually made this show called The Hero Yoshihiko. That's just a giant parody of RPG video games.
That's awesome.
Ooh.
And it's absolutely hilarious. Like, you've for sure seen screen caps of it of a guy who holds up a group of characters that look like they're RPG characters. He's got a
Yeah.
knife. And he says, this knife is coated in the most strongest poison on earth. And he licks it.
Yeah.
And then he goes,
Yeah.
oh, I shouldn't have licked
I
that.
didn't like that.
Okay. I think I need to check that
The
out.
show is fucking amazing.
Jeff, you should check out at least the first episode of Midnight Diner. It is on Netflix.
Midnight Diner on Netflix.
It's
okay, I'll check that out.
Very, very good.
But first, let's learn about Yamato's
Sin.
Born to a wealthy family of Japanese aristocrats with ties to the emperor's family, young Yamato dreamed of one day learning the ways of the sword, becoming a great warrior, and proving to his schoolyard bullies that his wealth didn't make him weak.
Damn.
However, when he was just 10 years old, his family moved to America in order to avoid the encroaching reach of the Yakuza, who were putting the aristocracy in a stranglehold in the 1960s or whenever the fuck Walt was also 10. I'm not looking that up.
I like that Walt is perpetually exactly 50.
He's the boomer ideal. I'm 50.
Yeah.
I'm not older than that. I'm 50. Things are not changing. The world is standing still. I'm 50.
I have a functioning dick.
My dick still works, right, guys?
Thanks to some incredibly profitable oil land that the Tachibana family purchased from the Connolly family.
What?
They settled in Absaroka County, Wyoming, and Yamato had to go to school with 2 rowdy delinquents, Walt Longmire and Henry Standing Bear.
Oh my god.
He's like a fucking Snape. He's a Snape.
The 3 of them were inseparable, going everywhere and doing everying together.
Damn.
Even performing a blood brother ceremony like those ones in all those 80s kids movies.
Yeah.
You know the one.
The ones before the infectious bloodborne diseases really hit him.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Their friendship soured, however, when Walt Longmire met and courted a beautiful woman named Martha, who Yamato desired more than anything.
Oh,
is
no.
Snape.
He attacked Walt and was overpowered by him and defeated because Walt wasn't a shambling old corpse yet. But he swore he would have his revenge.
Oh my god.
While Walt went off to the Marines, Yamato returned to Japan and sought out the Yakuza, who had once run his family out of the country. From them, he trained in their deadly arts of hand-to-hand, melee, and firearm combat,
Dude.
becoming an underboss at the tender age of 22.
Dude, then he goes and he blows up the cafe. That's like one of his first missions.
Dun dun dun.
Fuck.
With his newfound power, he returned to Absaroka County and his feud with Walt under a new title, Yamato Sin.
Damn! He's like Darth Vader!
However, by some twist of fate, necessary for the writing of this episode to continue, they both ended up under the tutelage of an ancient master of the sword named Genji Kawasaki.
Yay!
Who trained them both to be his equals with the blade.
Damn.
Yamato spat upon the idea of Walt, a gross old white guy, learning the ancient arts. But Master Kawasaki continued to tutor them both.
I also have like this image in my head of Walt Longmire like cutting up fugu, like the poisonous fish, like perfectly.
Yeah.
And they're like, Walt, where'd you learn to cut fugu?
You know, I read a lot of books.
A man's got to learn these things.
You never know.
It was this decision that Master Kawasaki made that put the old master on the hit list that Yamato had made when he was but a teenager.
Damn.
Alongside Walt Longmire and Henry Standing Bear, I guess.
What did Henry do?
He was there.
He was there.
Once their tutelage was done, Yamato returned to Japan to make ready and gain his vengeance.
Shit.
In the modern day, a dozen decades or so later, judging by how Walt looks, Absaroka County...
Dunking the fuck out of Walt.
Dude, get the fuck out of here, Walt.
Walt, you're old as dicks, dude.
Absaroka County has had a spree of murders by decapitation using swords.
Yes.
Who is doing
Vic
this?
and the Ferg are shocked to learn that Walt is a 900th degree black belt at being awesome at swords when he begins the investigation.
And there's that classic Longmire, like, maybe Walt did it, right? There's always
Yeah,
the,
exactly.
Where was Walt that night, you know?
This cut was made with folded steel. You can
You can smell it.
the Japanese call it Hagane. It's like, what? Walt?
Vic's like,
Walt?
where'd you learn how to talk like that? My cousin Moikey from Dalco don't talk like that. Man, I wish it was a Wawa around here.
Citizens around Durant begin reporting seeing figures dressed in all black leaping from rooftop to rooftop in the small town, slipping in through windows, and everyone who ends up dead is involved in the local crime in some way.
Did we get a
It doesn't take
Spider-Man?
Walt long to realize that Absaroka County's criminal element is being replaced by the Yakuza!
Oh, no.
Yes.
Oh, please tell me that Nighthorse is in this. Please, God.
He just blames Nighthorse to begin
They
with.
blame Nighthorse, but then later they're like, let's double put our past aside and team up again.
I love the idea that it's just not Nighthorse. It's never Nighthorse.
He's like
No,
the
it never
most
is.
red herring of red herrings, dude. He's more red herring than Red Herring from the Scooby cartoon, whose name was Red Herring.
Can Walt Longmire, sheriff of Absaroka County, Wyoming, defeat an army of ninjas with only his wits and his steel, both sword and six-shooter,
Fuck.
and bring Yamato Sin to justice? Will Sin gain his revenge on Walt for both taking Martha away from him and also totally letting her get murdered in 800 flashbacks? Either way, there's definitely gonna be a rooftop sword fight in the rain after Yamato murders Master Kawasaki.
No.
And Walt has to get revenge, which'll be dope as fuck.
Dude, the last 20 minutes of this movie are gonna be fucking sick, man.
Oh my god.
Upon exacting his revenge upon Master Kawasaki, Yamato learns that he's not a Tachibana by birth. His family covered up the truth of his parentage to protect their own pride. He's actually the bastard son of Master Kawasaki.
No.
He's murdered his own father.
Patricide!
And he blames one man, Walt Longmire, somehow. Fuck you, Walt.
Fuck you, Walt. You made me kill my sister, maybe. And also, why isn't my dad my real dad?
So I got some quotes from him before.
Oh, I should have done quotes.
Quotes, you carry the blood of a cow herder, Walt. I carry the blood of 1,000 years of warriors. I'll gut you like your precious livestock.
Oh my god.
Damn, that's so fucking cool.
And of course, I will make you pay for what you allowed to happen to Martha.
Whoa. Really, really pressing on Walt's old guilt
Yeah.
guilt nerve.
We're not so different, you and I.
Of course not.
Two of a kind, two sides of the same coin, two of another thing that goes together.
And
You
also
pretend-
Henry.
And
You pretend to
Henry.
be a man of the law, then seek revenge just as I have. You're no better.
Aw, fuck. This movie's already written.
Henry's just
Dude.
like tapping his fingers at the bar, being like, haven't seen that one kid from school in a
I
while.
wonder what happened to the what's his name. We used to hang out a lot.
And he
man.
breaks in with his sword and points it at Henry, and Henry's like, "What the fuck did I
The
do?"
fuck is this guy? No, he goes, well, bar's closed, everyone, go home. He's just all calm like he always is.
You let Martha die, and he's like, "I wasn't even there until after."
She died in like Colorado, dude.
That was a long time
This is
ago. Where have you
Wyoming.
been? It takes news a long time to come from Absaroka to Japan, damn it.
Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh,
Yamato Sen, the greatest villain that Walt Longmire will ever have to face.
dude, he's way better than like all the other villains.
Dude, I was gonna say this is the most compelling Longmire villain, I think.
Jeff and I
think
got
we've
like
ever had.
really into it. Like we were like really into it.
I
Like,
mean,
when we were tweeting back and forth, it was like getting hectic how fast we were just tweeting these fucking ideas for Walt versus ninjas back and forth
Dude,
with each other.
I'm
I feel like we
telling
could
you.
definitely weave Bighorn into all of
Oh,
this.
fuck
and-
yeah.
Of course.
But like, there's no way the Ferg is going to jump from rooftop to rooftop unless it's for like a comedy thing where like you can't really do it.
Yeah.
Like he's chasing one of the ninjas, right?
Yeah.
And the ninja comes up to the roof and Ferg follows him, but the ninja leaps from one roof to the other. And the Ferg's like, well, I'm not doing that.
No.
I feel like there's like a car chase scene or something like that, and the Ferg's in his Trans Am, and he's just shooting out the window, and then a ninja lands on his hood.
His
and he has, like,
T-tops. He unbuckles the T-tops and the ninja flies off. Damn. I
or
love
like he
those
gets on the hood too, and Spookums takes the wheel.
Spookums take the wheel. Oh, me boyo.
I'm incorporeal, laddie.
I didn't have the license.
Good thing I grew up driving in Boston.
It is very hard to drive there.
I hate it. I did it once and I'll never do it again. I hated it.
Faith in Megara, Ferg. I can't reach the pedals with my ghostly appendages.
Is this a manual, Ferg? I don't know how to drive a manual.
Brilliant.
At the end of the day, the one who finally defeats Yamato Sen is Spookums, who appears in front of him and goes, "Blah!" and
He
he
has a
falls
heart
off the fucking
attack.
roof to his death.
Right, because only white people can't see Spookums.
No, he falls in a trash truck and then Casey Jones goes, oops, and pushes the button and commits first degree murder.
He falls off the building and he like falls into the fucking river and he
Yeah.
comes up on the dock as super Yamato
Oh
shit.
god, the river's like full of like oil
Uh.
company sludge and shit, and it turns him into like, oh fuck yeah, dude.
He comes up as this big ass bulky super shredder Yamato Sen and he's fucking like turtles.
So when he falls in the river, Ferg says he ain't gonna be in Rush Hour 3, and everyone's like, Ferg, there's already been a Rush Hour 3.
And he's like, really? I get Shanghai Nights confused with Rush Hour 3.
He's fucking like he ain't gonna be in Rush Hour 3 and everybody's like, Ferg, there's a time and place.
Ferg.
The Ferg has seen 3 movies. One of them is Rush Hour 2. One of them is Austin Powers.
Yep.
And one of them is Shanghai Nights.
And he saw like half of Turner and Hooch.
Yeah.
But it was too sad. He knew the dog was gonna die, so he had to leave. He was like, I know it's coming. And he had to leave. He had to
Fucking
leave.
He's like,
Ferg.
no.
Until he was like, oh my god, Ferg.
Can I stay and watch it? No, then you'll know the dog.
Then you'll have to tell
You
me.
have to drive, and I'm crying too much.
Drive the Trans Am. I gotta go.
Oh my god, Ferg, the 3rd time in a row. I just want to watch Turner and Hooch.
Absaroka just got a 4th movie.
Turner and Hooch just came out in Absaroka County. Fuck. That's a shitty place. Oh god, that sucked.
Dude. I feel sorry that my character kills Master
That's
Kawasaki.
fine.
No,
He
it has
wasn't-
to happen. Kawasaki's too good to live, but I feel like the Ferg takes in,
All the Labradoodles.
yeah,
Yeah, he takes in Yoshi at least.
yeah.
There's got to be a scene where like Walt goes to the farm and he like takes care of all the animals at the end while like
Yeah.
some slow ass sad
Sam!
top 40 song.
Sail!
He didn't tell the cows that he wasn't going to save their lives. There's no need to play sales.
He's like,
Oh,
you guys.
no, Kawasaki left all of his land to Walt, definitely. And Walt, like, there's, like, a scene of Walt brushing a cow at the end.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a scene with Ferg, and, like, he's putting a bumper sticker on the back of like, the Bighorn mobile, and he looks over at Yoshi, and Yoshi nods, and the Ferg nods, and it zooms out and, like, twists around, and, like, it says on the back, on the bumper sticker, who rescued who.
Who rescued who?
See, I thought it was going to say, like, get fucked Yakuza or something.
Yakuza with the no smoking sign around it.
Well, that's also there.
Damn.
You should stay out of my county, ninjas.
Get out of my county. I know gun kata. Damn it.
Go across the border into Bo Duke's county, ninjas.
God damn Yakuza.
God damn Yakuza.
God damn Yakuza.
Fuck.
They all say Yakuza the whole time.
Yakuza.
I can't believe the Yakuza have come to Absaroka County. I can say Absaroka right, but not Yakuza for some reason.
What do you all dirt talk about Yakuza for? This is, just drink some water and shut up. You dirt.
Ruby's like, well, it's the Yakuza again, isn't it?
She, like, reaches under her desk and pulls out a mahogany case and opens it and has this fucking samurai sword.
Holy shit.
You made me promise when this would happen I had to give you this.
Remember? Flash
Hey, you
Remember,
take
Walt?
care out there, Walt Longmire. He fucking holds it up and, like, the window in the office is behind him and, like, lights pouring in as he holds the sword up to the sky.
Dude. Fuck yes.
Walt's like, what's wrong with the Ferg today? He seems to be walking a little funny. And she's like, oh, he just shot himself in the dick being Bighorn. And Walt's like, he's what? Like, Walt couldn't
Whitey's
figure it out.
Bighorn.
Because, like, dude, this is so Longmire. Because there's always be like, he would show up at the station and somebody would be like, so, blah, 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 XYZ. And then he'd have to, like, pretend he knew because he was, like, away for so long or whatever.
Oh, yeah. They'd be like, wait, Ferg's Bighorn?
He's like calling Katie. He's like,
She's like, yeah, everybody knew. And he's like, yeah, I knew too.
Walt goes back home and he has like this whole cork board like about who Bighorn could possibly be.
he
just
puts
tears
up
it down.
Ferg's photo. He takes down that arrogance, though.
And he's like, Ferg's Bighorn? Wait,
That's-
who's Ferg?
It's a whole new cork board.
Jesus.
No one can solve the mystery.
Fuck. He's like, what's the vigilante guy, who beats people up?
Yeah.
Hector.
Hector. Yeah.
Are you Hector? Of course I'm not Walt, but he's totally Hector.
Walt,
No,
of
you're
course, like, as soon as he was trying to figure out who Bighorn was, he made a beeline straight to fucking Jacob Nighthorse's house. I know you're a Bighorn, Nighthorse.
Walt is like, and Longhorse.
Longhorse.
That's the ship name. That's the ship name.
Longhorse. Fuck, dude.
Nighthorse is just like, look at that. Here's a picture of him. Here's a picture of me. I fill out this suit perfectly.
Fucking, it comes in on a close up of Longmire, and he's like yelling. He's like, I know you're the Bighorn Nighthorse. I know you are, and you can't deny it. And then the camera pans out, and he's standing in front of Nighthorse's house, just screaming at a window that's open upstairs.
And the Ferg is there, and he's just like nervously licking an ice cream cone.
He's eating a fucking like dilly bar. They get into Nighthorse's house, and he's got like black paint on his hands. Where'd you get that black paint from? And Nighthorse is like, I have many projects I'm working on, because he's always like a sassy bitch, right?
He like fucking leans out the window upstairs and he's like, Walt, I'm not telling you again to go home. I have a restraining order.
I'm gonna call the sheriff, who's your daughter.
Walt, there are cookies in the oven, and I can't split my attention between you and them, all right? They're snickerdoodles and they burn, Walt.
They will get
They
burned,
burn.
Walt.
Walt's like, well, I mean, I guess if they're snickerdoodles, I mean.
Might as well come in and I have a search warrant that says I'm allowed to eat snickerdoodles.
I wrote it and signed it myself.
The Fourth Amendment says I'm allowed to eat as many as I want. It's in there. Look it up.
And like Nighthorse just quotes back the Fourth Amendment perfectly. Walt's like, and the plate's empty and his face is just covered with sugar.
But you forgot about the part that I don't give a shit.
Walt gives him the warrant. He's like, this warrant isn't even signed. You wrote it yourself in pen. And then the fucking judge that he's always talking to like leans around and signs it. And he's like, where's them snickerdoodles?
I heard there's snickerdoodles. Where they at?
And we all have to use your bathroom.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Ridiculous.
Even better, I'll punch it up one. The Ferg is dressed as Bighorn the entire time.
He's just right there.
He's just going to town on a Dove bar.
It's a different Dove bar. He's just eating ice cream. Like every scene is a different ice cream bar.
He's got the fucking melted Sonic the Hedgehog ice cream bar at one scene.
He's got like a Bighorn bar.
They make
like
Bighorn bars. They fucking make them. You know it.
And he's like, "You want one, Walt?" He's like, "Nah, I'm good."
The last one,
I'm trying to figure out who Bighorn is.
The last one, he's digging into like a Fudgy the Whale. It's the whole cake.
It's just a whole Fudgy.
You sure you don't want any of this, Walt?
It's really good. I went to the Carvel. You know, the only one left in America. We just got Turner and Hooch, so that's believable.
I had to deliver the bad news that it's the last Carvel on the planet. They didn't know anything about it.
They seemed very sad.
They were like, "What the hell's a Carvel?"
They were like, "All right, take down the Cookie Puss sign because we just got that too."
Ferg drops to his knees. No.
I know he's from Planet Birthday, but gotta take it down.
Planet Birthday.
Well, folks, I feel like we've covered our own characters very well. This is a program about sharing.
Yeah,
yes.
I can't wait for oh my god.
Oh my god.
I can't wait.
Why don't we read some viewer submitted original characters?
Oh yeah, hell yeah. What do we do? Thumbs up?
You start, Jeff, because I gotta pull it up on my communicator.
On your communicator?
On my communicator.
There's lore to original characters now. We have communicators for some reason.
On my walkie-talkie.
Computer watch.
It's important to note that if you want your email read on the air of original characters, OGOC, the original characters.
Yes.
Then you can send in your email to originalcharacterspod@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Singular.
So, fuck you, Josh. Our
not singular, right?
original characters pod, not singular.
Yeah, pod is singular.
Got it.
He's got it.
I might want to write in one of these days.
Our first original character is from Spivsy.
I know that guy.
And it is entitled Longmire OC. If you steal it, I will take drastic action.
Oh god, legal. We're getting threatened to the first email with legal action.
We gotta get Katie Longmire on the scene.
Yeah, that'll turn out great for us, just like it did for all of our other clients.
She'll probably wind up shooting a child or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. I've never seen Longmire and barely know what it is, but I'm not going to look anything up because that's the coward's way out.
Damn right.
Instead, I'm going to go by stuff I've overheard and just make a lot of assumptions about what the show is.
Nice.
One day during a bright Texan night in Wyoming.
That's hilarious. That's
pretty good,
really funny.
Cowboy detective Longinus Quagmire is tending to his cattle. Definitely not being Matthew McConaughey in True Detective like I initially thought.
That's so weird. We just talked about this.
The zeitgeist.
It's weird, man.
Fucking hive mind.
Settle down, Bessie, he says to his favorite cow.
Yeah.
Soon enough, I'll have the mafia or drug lord or serial killer behind bars, or my name isn't Longinus Quagmire, Cowboy Detective.
So far, you're like 100%. Like, that's not even a joke. You're actually, you're on.
Yeah, this is pretty on the nose.
Yeah.
Suddenly, he hears a rumbling in the distance and sees a cloud of dust moving on the horizon. "What in tarnation?" he exclaims, removing his Stetson and readying his hand towards his trusty 6-shooter.
See, that's where you lost me because no
Yeah.
one ever removes their Stetson.
No, and he has a 45, like a World War II 45.
It's true.
He doesn't have a
huge-
revolver.
A huge chrome contraption heads straight towards him. It has 8 wheels underneath a large
Oh my
dome and is being
God.
pulled by 2 mechanical horses.
Oh my god.
Atop the dome sits a man with a shock of white hair and a large handlebar mustache. He's wearing a lab coat and a bolo tie. "Longmire! I say Longmire!" he yells at either the man or the town, whichever one is more applicable. "I got me a proposition for you, boy." Longmire, who is either the man or the town,
Yeah.
holsters his weapon.
Okay.
"What you want from me, old man?" he says before spitting some tobacco in a bucket.
Where'd the bucket come from?
"I hears tell you're the man to speak to do some detecting. Name's Crambley, Temperance P. Crambley, professional inventor at your service."
Oh my god.
"I don't need nothing inventing," Longmire replies in his, I assume, trademark drawl.
More of a growl, but all right.
"You's gonna want to hear this, boy. I, Temperance P. Crambley, have invented a flying machine."
No.
That's right.
Way.
A contraption that will allow a man to fly amongst the birds.
The boys.
It's still 2015. I want to say.
Yeah, it's fucking now.
"Ain't no way a man can fly, Crambley. You're talking crazy." And thus begins Longmire's greatest adventure. Teamed up with professional inventor Temperance P. Crambley, the pair travel the American West, learning about each other and the history of their great nation, in order to find the special crystal needed for the flying machine.
Holy fuck.
You
The
see,
jour-
Temperance, this here's the Liberty Bell. It got that crack defending freedom.
The journey is filled with peril, but Crambley's engineering know-how in tandem with Longmire's rustic charm means they can always handle whatever the trail throws at them. They eventually find the crystal Crambley was looking for after 6 seasons. It's in a shipwreck.
Damn. Oh my god. Well, now I gotta invent some sort of submersible machine. Where's the crystal for that one gonna be?
"That's impossible, Crambley.
Man,
You
ain't
can't
fish.
breathe under the water, Crambley, you crazy bastard."
Flying men, fishmen, what do you think of next, Crambley?
He draws his gun on him. You've gone too far, Crambley. A machine that goes under the sea is against God.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I nailed what Longmire is about. Signed, Spibs.
Yep. 120%
That's the whole
accurate.
show, dude. It's weird that you didn't write it.
Yeah.
That
I feel like
was beautiful.
maybe he did write it. Maybe, I don't know. It's like 2 on the nose.
See, this makes me want to do like an Into the Spider-Verse kind of thing, where
With
like,
Longmire.
where like there are alternate Longmires that all show up to defend against like all of the various people who killed Longmire's wife.
Yeah.
in different.
Oh my god.
Like all the
Different
different
realities.
dimensional versions of Jacob Nighthorse get together and
Longhorse.
don't do anything evil.
they just like do projects around the house.
They're all cool.
Then Longmire has to gather all the multi-dimensional Longmires to hassle a Native American.
Because that's never happened before. Oh,
That's
man.
what people go to the movie to see.
Yeah. Fuck.
What's that next email, Kevin?
That was great.
The next email is from Phantom Thief Goofus.
Love that Goofus.
AKA, sometimes I call him FTG, even though that doesn't make any sense.
That makes total sense. Phantom
Phantom.
with an F? Hell yeah.
Yeah. But he writes
Spelled
with a B.
Fantum.
Phantom.
FTG writes, steal this OC and be punished to the fullest extent of street justice and regular justice.
Oh
Well-
my god.
Is it like standard on this show for them to threaten you with legal action?
Yeah.
The whole idea is original character, do not steal.
Do not steal. Got it.
Yeah, it's great to set legal precedent as a joke.
Yeah.
Because when it finally happens, it's going to be really funny.
When we bring to order the case of Original Characters Podcast versus the people.
Versus the United States.
You stole.
Yes.
Goofus
You're
writes,
going to jail.
You're going to jail. Goofus. He's writing, well, if it isn't my main squeeze, the OCs.
Ooh.
Wow, we're someone's main squeeze. That's
I
pretty-
like that.
Oh, man.
Thank you. It's me again, as you could probably tell from Jeff Josh saying, love that Goofus. But it's me.
It was me this time.
Phantom Thief Goofus. Now typically, I, as a cool Phantom Thief, or whatever my character is, I have a staunch no cops policy. That's a
Damn
good
right.
policy to have.
Hell
That's a
yeah.
good ACAB, baby.
That's right. Fuck the police.
But I think I can make an exception. I think I can make an exception here. Can you? Can you?
ACAB, dude. ACAB.
ACAB?
All cops are bastards.
That's
There it
right.
is.
All cops are bastards.
Rule of thumb.
So I present to you three. Damn, that's tricky. 2 OCs this time
Whoa.
around.
Whoa.
Slick and Pepper Wilder.
Slick and Pepper?
Slick Wilder was born in Absaroka County, and he never quite left town. He became a police officer after graduating from college. He married his wife, good move, River, a Native American woman, shortly after, and they were inseparable until she died to a drunk driver, leaving him and their daughter Pepper alone.
That's horrible.
This is sad,
This is like
Goofus.
too real.
Now, he could have slipped into a depression and killed the guy who did it with the help of his Native American brother-in-law.
The fraternity of police might have looked the other way.
But he needed to be there for his daughter, so he nutted up. I'm not sure that's it, but he nutted up and became a great dad. The killer, that's real shit.
Damn.
The killer eventually died of cirrhosis anyway.
Jesus.
Things have a way of working themselves out like this, boys.
Wow.
I would have said he'd probably die in a drunk driving accident.
Like every person who wrongs you will eventually die.
Yep, that's true.
But now he and his daughter serve in Absaroka County Police Department together. One is a loose cannon cop on the edge, always looking for action, and the other one is an even looser cannon, closer to the edge.
Oh my
And
god.
Also always looking for action.
Damn.
They're a constant thorn in Longmire's side, but that guy's a chump anyway, so fuck
Oh
him.
my god, Longmire's getting it hardcore this time.
I like
Dude,
how
wha-
this is like the sheriff department, police department rivalry going on.
He has an agreement with a bear named Pogo
Oh my god.
that if he looks the other way when he steals a picnic basket, Pogo can sometimes maul a dude for him.
Dude, there is that episode where there's a bear in it. Remember
know.
with the bear?
Like
It's just-
pancakes or flapjacks or something.
Yeah, pancakes.
Flapjacks.
Flapjacks.
Yeah.
that was.
Hey guys, Kevin here. Just want to say the bear's name is actually Waffles, not Flapjacks. Sorry about that.
Oh my god.
That's like one of my favorite episodes.
That's a
where
great
Longmire
episode.
Straight up
It's a
threatens.
great episode for that, but
Yeah.
also because everyone very seriously says flapjacks over and over and over.
And,
again.
dude, and Vic
Flapjacks.
gets shot with the trank. She gets fucking
Yeah.
tranked.
So
Oh my
the fucking
Seriously.
sleaze bag that tranks her starts hitting on her after
Yeah.
she wakes up.
That fucking guy. He's in like all the seasons. He's in like
Yeah,
every
he
season.
is.
Oh my god, guys, the zeitgeist gets really strong here.
Oh fuck.
Alright, so Slick likes nut-checking Longmire whenever he opens his mouth and says some dumb truism about how the old-fashioned way is better. He likes answering his cell phone because you never know when people need you.
Nice.
He likes being emotionally available for his daughter, drinking responsibly, and justice.
Damn. He's like the opposite of Longmire.
He dislikes disproportionately jailing young black men for minor drug offenses.
Nice.
Fuck yeah.
This guy's great.
He dislikes the prison industrial complex. Fuck yeah. And he
Oh,
dislikes
man.
Longmire being such a tool.
Damn.
This guy's great.
Here are his skills. He's a master of the Tokyo Drift. Where'd he learn that one from?
What?
Oh.
He can
What?
braid hair.
He's
What?
the third student of Master Kawasaki.
Oh my god. Maybe he
There were 4 of them. They just weren't in wide enough screen to show Slick.
Oh man.
He can braid hair. He can master the rare revolver akimbo style of gunplay.
Damn.
Who did he
Everyone knows
learn that
Gunpowder.
from?
He can be a good dad. Cool thing they did. One time he got out of a car mid-drift and shot like 20 criminals to death with his cool revolvers. Time slowed down and everything, but the coolest thing he did, if you asked him, was he walked Pepper down the aisle at her and her girlfriend's wedding.
Oh,
Progressive ass 21st century ass Longmire over here.
This
I
dude
love him.
probably should get his own show instead.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Played by Tony Danza.
Although apparently he is really into shooting criminals to death as long as it's cool.
I mean,
Tokyo
It
Drift.
was as long as it was cool.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
I mean,
That's what the
cool-
judge says. As long as it was cool,
Maybe they're Nazis.
then that's fine.
the coolest thing Longmire ever did was walk out of a social worker's office to the tune of Sail. So Pepper's legs are animals hiking, bashing out a drug lord's knees despite Longmire's protests,
Fuck, dude.
watching
Yo.
bad movies with her loved ones, and daring to say no to drugs. Okay, so the DARE program was an enormous failure.
Yeah, we're not going to
Yes.
dare anymore.
We don't dare anything. Longmire physically assaults every criminal
Yeah.
he ever comes across.
Yeah.
Hey, stop. I wanted to do that.
Knock it
That's
off,
my
Pepper.
job, damn it.
It's my turn to kneecap this fool.
You already broke the good knee.
Ah, damn, I could hear it crack. It's already done.
Pepper dislikes paperwork, long-ranged fighting styles, people assuming she's magic, and can cure their daughters of car crash using some kind of Native American ritual, Walt.
Although, if she could do that, it would totally fit within the Longmire universe.
It really would.
Longmire thinks just anyone can cure someone of car crash.
Only you can cure your own daughter of car crash by feeling very guilty.
By not driving drunk.
Pepper's skills include she is crazy strong and fast. She's a master of the lost art of break your freaking knees with a bat or brass knuckles foo.
What are you punching a knee with brass knuckles? That's
pretty-
crazy.
That'll fuck you up, man. With brass knuckles, that'll fuck you up. Even
Yeah.
right on the knee. Like that's like a Mortal Kombat zoom in on the breaking bone.
Yeah, the cutaway to the bone. Ugh.
Yeah. Cooking better than Slick and way better than her wife. Pew, pew, pew.
Wow,
Wives.
fucking dunking
Wow.
on her own wife in her bio.
Honeymoon's over.
Wives, am I right? She's better at being bad cop when her and Slick do the classic bad cop and cop that is literally about to shoot you routine. Cool thing they did. She did that cool samurai kill a guy in one stroke. She did that cool samurai kill. She killed a guy with one stroke, but they don't know that they're dead yet, but with a bat.
Oh,
That's
right.
cool. Okay,
oh
I
my
get it.
God,
Like the-
with
yeah.
bats?
That's crazy. That's American as shit.
That sentence is grammatically fraught, but I get it. Sorry if this is a longer email. It's a good email. I wanted to make a cool buddy cop duo, so sorry if I broke any unspoken rules. We never speak any of the rules.
There's
Keep
no
on not
rules.
stealing.
No rules, just right.
The only rule is fuck the police.
Fan Thief Goofus, I steal a lot of things, but an OC ain't one of them. And
Nice.
he closes with some beautiful art.
I love that they both have two different types of cool sunglasses on.
Yeah.
Our next email is from Ryan Van Danger, which is for sure a real name.
That's real.
And not Van Danger, which
Not Van Danger, which Kevin called you last
That's
time.
awesome, Van Danger.
Van Danger.
It's entitled Longmire OC, and he begins, "Hey, original boys."
Original boy.
I don't know this one. Original.
We don't do that. We don't do that
We
here.
don't really do it.
Ryan the Heartbreaker Van Danger here with a cowboy ass OC. This dude's self-confidence level is admirable.
He's
This
Zach
is an
Morris.
admirable level.
It's why I
Zach
kind of
Morris.
take him down a peg with Van Danger.
Yeah, he sounds like he needs it, dude.
Just like half a peg.
Yeah.
Most folks don't know about Compton, the rattlesnake whiskey quick draw kid Graves. But I heard tell of a pitch it or ditch it where he went toe-to-toe with Walt Longmire.
Fuck, dude. He's got so many
Damn.
names, I don't even know what to call him.
It was the typical Wyoming night at the Red Pony, when in strolls a man who never gave up on the old-timey cowboy lifestyle.
Oh, fuck.
A man who some might say was just way into roleplay. A man like my uncle, like, seriously, dude, we get it, you own horses.
Got ya. He listens to the show and you just fucking put him on blast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. It was none other than Compton, the Rattlesnake Whiskey Quick Draw Kid, Graves. He saunters up to the bar and orders a whiskey in a dirty glass.
Damn.
Nobody was impressed.
Damn. Double damn.
Except Josh.
That's somehow cooler that no one was impressed.
Yeah, it's just like normal. It's just normal.
He spots the sheriff, Walt Longmire, and can feel the cowboy energy radiating off of him.
They're like
Compton had
Highlanders.
interacted with Longmire before, and he hated his guts.
Oh no, they had previously interacted.
Fuck.
Nice automatic pistol there, Sheriff. Maybe if you weren't a no-good city slicker, you could handle a revolver, taunted Compton.
Shit, dude. Ooh, the audience oohs.
Longmire replied, "Don't squat with your spurs on, son," or some other bullshit cowboy saying like that.
Yeah, I've heard that one.
Your cowboy wisdom doesn't work on me, Sheriff, yelled the upstart Graves. Well, I challenge you to a cowboy off.
Oh,
He
shit.
yelled as he slapped the frosty can of Rainier out of Longmire's hands.
Damn, that's his drink!
How dare you?
I have a real question. Is Rainier an actual beer that someone can drink, or is it a fictional beer that only Longmire
That's a
can
great question.
I actually don't know.
I don't know either.
Josh, will you do me a favor and Google that?
I'm looking it up.
drink? Oh, I'm also going to look
It looks like it's real. It's real.
All right.
It's real.
Wow. I thought it was fictional, like Red Stripe.
Red Stripe is also real.
They stopped existing in 1999, so it was real.
He just still had all that beer?
Maybe in Longmire universe, it didn't close.
Longmire obliged. They face off in all manner of cowboy games, like who can eat the most beans over a campfire, who can dust off their wranglers better, the telling mama not to worry contest, gun twirling, spoon playing, horse mounting, who can yee-haw the loudest, and seeing who can put their cowboy hat on more dramatically.
Telling mama not to worry contest is amazing.
They even compete to see who could tell the best Native American folk tales, and Henry Standing Bear was the judge. Because who better to tell the folk tales of Native Americans than a couple of white dudes who think they're cowboys?
That's right.
Henry spends most of this portion looking at the camera like they do on The Office.
Oh my god, where is that show? Oh my god.
I think that's a better pitch than anything we've come up
That's
with.
amazing. Just Longmire, The Office. Oh my god.
And it's just from Henry's perspective. Like, it's just Henry's day.
Fucking. Oh my god.
The competition was fierce. Both were pretty good at cowboy stuff. When finally, Compton challenges Longmire to a quick draw duel.
Shit.
Whoa, that's super illegal, Compton. I'm gonna have to take you in. I get
Super
it.
illegal.
You're too yella, chided Compton. No, it's illegal as shit. I'm still a cop.
Yeah.
Compton, the Rattlesnake Whiskey Quick Draw Kid, Graves, is promptly cuffed and brought to jail. He later dies, choking on a harmonica or something. I don't know. I had to end this story somehow.
That must have sounded
Damn.
awful.
Stay original and keep on not stealing. Ryan Van Danger.
Keep on not stealing is it's so funny. It's so derivative and funny. Keep on not stealing.
I mean, it's appropriate for our podcast to be as derivative as fuck in as many
this is the
ways as
derivative
possible.
podcast,
It's
sir.
so meta. It's like the most meta shit. I love it.
That was a wonderful email. Thank you, Ryan Van Danger.
That was great.
Ryan
Compton
Van Danger.
whiskey pot smoking McGee, whatever his name was.
Compton, the Rattlesnake Whiskey Quick Draw Kid, Graves.
Oh my god.
So many nicknames.
Our next email is from Sam Lindstrom.
Oh yeah.
Who I know this is gonna end somehow and end some way.
It's gonna teach us all a lesson about mortality somewhere along the line.
That's exactly what I need.
You're gonna see an image in a little bit. Not you, listener, but
Oh, there! Oh my god!
this is Sam's
What
character.
the
It's horrific looking.
Well, hey there, Jeff, Kevin, and Josh. Happy Longmire.
Happy
Longmire
Day!
A good Longmire to you. Sam's email is entitled Longmire OC. I mean, if you're gonna steal one.
Nice.
Ellipsis.
Do not steal.
Do not.
That was a trap. Don't steal.
That's bait.
That's bait. You might surmise by the second sentence of my email that I don't know the first thing about Longmire. But that couldn't be farther from the truth. I love what the fuck are all these plot points, Wikipedia? What shit can you cram into every episode?
Yeah.
Basic gists. That's all I need, Wikipedia.
No.
I'm trying to lie here.
Every episode has 47 pivotal moments.
It's all necessary to know.
Everything is important. Don't cut anything out.
Anyway, here's my totally faithful and sincere Longmire OC, Longermire.
That's actually super funny.
Longermire, of course, first appears in the season 2 premiere Unquieter Mind, just before Longmire gets going to go save those kids from getting their organ harvested. Jesus, man.
That's Longmire, baby.
Yep.
He's stopped by a traveling witch who gives him a magic mirror if he can solve her riddle. 2 in the pink, 1 in the stink. That's also a Spookums riddle.
That's a good riddle.
I forget if that was the riddle or Longmire's answer. Regardless, she gives him the mirror. I guess the witch also forgot if that was
Yeah, well.
It was just like, here you go. I just don't want to have to move with this thing.
Oh, man.
Regardless, she gives him the mirror, which, when he gazes into its milky sheen, reveals a twisted reflection, a longer reflection.
Dun dun dun.
I see.
Longermire comes from the longer universe.
Oh, my God.
One not so different from our own. In his world, everything's longer.
How can
People
we
are-
compete?
People are longer, names are longer, emails are longer still.
Is that where Compton Whiskey Rattlesnake is from? The longer universe?
He's from the universe where all the names are just longer.
Oh, he's from the name universe. Yeah.
Yeah. After his first encounter, Longermire keeps showing up as the B story in classic episodes like Wanted Man and One Good Memory. Unlike his Universe A counterpart, I don't think Long Universe should even be Universe B. That's like a G to M level universe.
It's like the S tier.
I think
like,
when you're
not
getting
good.
into fucking like double letters for universes,
like
that's
bra
where that
sizes.
belongs.
Yeah,
That's Universe B1.
double letters and numbers, like 3-digit numbers.
Unlike his Universe A counterpart, Longermire isn't so much a sheriff trying to keep the people from harvesting child organs or whatever he does.
Yeah.
He's searching the multiverse for the ultimate length formula.
What?
With this equation, he'll be able to travel to the prime dimension where the mythical Longest Mire presides.
Oh,
This
he's just trying.
fucking rabbit hole keeps getting deeper.
He's just trying to find God, dude. Aren't we all?
Or does it keep getting
Longer.
Longer. I said it at the same time. Kevin, edit
Longer.
it. So I said it.
edit it so we all say it at the same time?
Longer. Oh, fuck.
In the series finale, goodbye is always implied. A Longermire
God.
spinoff is teased when our hero finally discovers the length formula. Length equals distance divided by 1.
That what?
That was it?
He and his unlikely companion, Shortmires.
Oh my god. This is crazy.
Shortmire is just the Ferg.
I feel like I'm high. I feel like I'm fucking high right now.
That's how a Sam Lindstrom email makes you feel, dude.
Dude, I'm like, this is like super like Monty Python-esque. I'm getting like a wicked Monty Python British humor feel going.
My question is Shortmire just from the short universe, Universe C or whatever? Or is Shortmire just from the long universe, but he's a total freak and everyone's afraid of him?
Wait a second. If Longermire is always longer,
yeah.
Is Shortmire
regular?
Not just regular Longmire?
Yeah, he's just regular Longmire. That's what I was thinking.
Oh, I was thinking, like, really short.
Wait, at the end of the thing, Longermire goes to meet Longestmire, and it turns out that he's longer than Longestmire.
Oh, he has to become the Longestmire.
Damn,
man, that's crazy. It's like finding out you're God the whole time, which is probably the way it really is.
Probably.
He and his unlikely companion Shortmire set a course for the great unknown, but that was the last we heard of our brave heroes.
Wow.
Petitions have been raised online to bring back Longermire. How could they cancel such a successful series? And just as we were about to meet the Longestmire, I think people are afraid of the big ideas. Longermire was bringing these to the table.
Yeah.
We shall find the Longestmire. All Longmires will become one. Keep on Longmiring, Sam.
The name Longmire means nothing to me anymore.
It's like meaningless. It's like drivel.
I swear to God, we better meet a Strongmire at some point. He's just Walt, but fucking buff.
Is there a Dongmire, the porn star?
I want to meet Bongmire.
Yes.
I want to meet Wrongmire, who's just man enough to admit that he doesn't know what he's doing.
I want to meet Pongmire, the mighty Joe Young Longmire.
Is that it? Do we get them all?
I think it's it. Yeah,
Our next email is from Yakub.
Yakub.
And he has instructed me to do a porch-sitting, banjo-playing old-timer voice for this beginning.
Yay!
The theme tonight.
O.C. Grown on this here American soil.
Oh my God.
Just don't try to snatch it from me, boy. I have this rifle here, and that big old dog I call Barbara holds you by the ankle so I can aim well.
What the fuck?
And now I can go back to the regular voice.
Is that a common occurrence?
In the South, sure. Why not?
Yeah.
Cool.
Character name, Yeremy?
Okay.
As in, yeah.
Yeah, Remy.
And as in tsundere. So it's Yeremy.
Okay, got it. Nailed it the first time.
Zarnecki?
Okay.
Yeah, looks right to me.
Yakub? Why?
He's from Wyoming, Yakub. Their names are like John.
John.
Yeremy Zarnecki.
Okay.
Ain't nobody got time for that. So everyone just Americanizes his name and calls him Jeremy Chum. No, Jeremy Churn. Occupation, former engineer at the oil rig in Odin. Currently does odd jobs in Absaroka County. Yakub has watched this fucking show if he knows Odin.
He's got a map, dude. He's got like a fucking like Lord of the Rings map.
Jeremy's a Polish immigrant that scored a job at the oil rig in Odin. He's 43, bald, and has a bushy gray mustache and kind brown eyes.
Oh.
He usually wears jean overalls, galoshes, and a button-up shirt. In his car, he always has a wrench and a toolbox.
Jeremy sounds basic as fuck.
He doesn't speak English well, but he reads it just fine. He mostly keeps to himself, although 4 beers makes him open up to strangers at the bar. Since the oil operations in Odin have ceased, he decided to stay in Absaroka, having made drinking buddies at the Red Pony.
And continual soiree.
One time, Jeremy was enjoying a cold beer at the Red Pony when a brawl broke out. Sheriff Longmire was taking on some Irishmen, like 5 against 1.
Damn,
Henry was out hectoring.
Henry was out hectoring.
The zeitgeist, the Irish.
Yeah,
He's trying to fight the Irish.
Yeah, man.
Dude, it's just like the Irish to gang up on the Longmire.
Dude, historically, the Irish ganging the fuck up on Longmire throughout all history. So no one was there to help Walt. An uppercut from the sheriff sent an assailant over the bar top where he smashed a water pipe. While Jeremy wasn't one for fisticuffs, he quickly leapt to stop the water pouring all over. By the time Walt was done with the Irish, Jeremy had fixed the pipe behind the bar, unclogged the women's toilet, changed the light bulb in the hallway, and snuck away just in time for Henry to arrive.
Jeez.
Henry was irked with Walt for trashing the place and driving customers away, but he noticed a little fix-up someone made. The following evening, when Jeremy was ordering his beer, he gave the bartender a knowing nod. The secret of the Polish plumber was safe with Henry. He has quotes, and he's asking me to do a Polish accent, but I don't have one.
We don't know what that is.
Yeah, what does a Polish accent sound like?
Yeah, I knew a Polish immigrant when I was like 8 years old, but I don't remember how she talked. Also, that was like 30 years ago.
Yeah, he says don't go too
you're
Russian.
done. $50.
Is it Germanish? German?
I send money to mother in Gdansk.
Is it like
she is sick, her leg bad.
Oh.
Pretty up.
Hello, barman. One beer. Nods.
Nods.
This week, the excuse for the quality of the drawing is that I'm in hospital and sketching on my phone. Here's the thing about this email, Yakub. I love it. I love that he's a great, fun little character.
Yeah.
This is based on some sort of Polish stereotype or humor that I just do not
I don't know if
get.
it translates. Yeah, I don't know if we have.
I love that he's an actual real hero.
He's a
contrasting.
guy.
Yeah, he's a really good guy.
He's just a guy who, like, fixes stuff.
No, like, this is what makes Absaroka real. Is sorry, I'm looking at the image, which is
The image is really funny. Too
I'll
bad
post
Josh
it.
can't see that.
I'll post it because I'm the only one who knows how.
It's true, I am a fool.
Hack Skype. Hack the fuck out of Skype, dude.
Fuck this fucking program.
Skype sucks so much.
Hey!
Hey!
Yeah, Yakub is out of the hospital by this point. This was sent a while ago, so I was going to say speedy recovery, but I will say I'm glad that you've recovered.
Dude, recovery's so speedy, he's fucking done.
He's done
He's
already.
done by the time we get to the end of the email.
That's like when you got good healthcare, you know?
Yeah, I feel like there's a Polish joke in here somewhere that other Polish people would totally get.
Is it because he's fixing stuff and like Polish people like the jokes like they don't fix stuff? Is that it? Is that the joke?
I would say probably not.
I'm sure.
I don't know.
I'm sure I love that email.
I like the email a lot anyway.
This next email is virus-free from avast.com.
Oh, click
Thank
it.
you, Spencer Stearns.
Put that into the Skype so I can click on it and not get viruses.
Longmire OG character, do not steal. That's pretty close.
Longmire, original gangster. Do not
Original
steal.
gangster.
To Jeff and Kevin and Josh.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello. I just want to start off by thanking you for enjoying my last OG character, Huey D. Lewis, and with good humor reading through my typo-filled email last episode. I'm sorry for pointing out the typos, but I think it's funny and I'm going to keep doing it.
Huey D. Lewis. Oh my god.
He was Huey, Dewey, and Louie's father. Huey D. Lewis, who left them to become a musician.
I'm sorry, son. It's just too loud.
Or no, he became a musician and then he settled down to have a family and then died in the fucking war.
What war?
The war.
The Duck War.
The Duck War.
I promise you that I proofread through this email to my best ability and apologize in advance if I or my spell check have missed any errors. It's okay. We're not mad. I just find it funny.
No, typos are funny.
Yeah.
I'm not pointing them out because I think it's dumb or anything. I think they're fun.
I just think they're fun. Disclaimer. I based my Longmire character on what I briefly read in the first paragraph from Wikipedia.
There's a running theme of that tonight, actually.
I love that they don't make it past the first paragraph.
Dude.
They're like, I
don't blame them. Can you imagine if you had to read Longmire?
No.
Like, ugh.
No, thank you.
They should have read the books.
Have you read any of the books?
No.
No, right. Because...
No, I wouldn't do that. I got the show. It's
Yeah,
twice as
Starbuck
fast.
isn't in the book.
No, she's not.
What, for real?
The same character is, but it's not played by
It's not
Starbuck.
Starbuck.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
It's not Katie Sackhoff
Fuck
Starbuck.
You're
Fuck
right,
using
you're
my
right.
imagination to think of Katie Sackhoff when she talks.
Yeah, I want to see, like, real Katie Sackhoff. Well, I get my sack off.
Oh my god.
All I know is that it's a crime drama that's set in modern-day Wyoming and that it stars Robert Taylor as Walt Longmire. Also, the title card has a full moon. Anyway.
So far, so
That's all
good.
you need.
Episode title: A Texas Werehuman in Wyoming. Guest starring Nicolas Cage as Werehuman and Chuck Norris as Ranger Cordell Walker.
There is a lot going on.
Is it a Walker Texas Ranger crossover?
Maybe he's on like loan. It's the Texas Ranger. What do you call it? Foreign exchange student. Yeah.
Isn't he like really old now? Like,
yeah, he's old as fuck. He's still in all those Bowflex commercials though.
Yeah, he's flexing.
Yeah, same. Anyway,
Kevin, you're in all the Bowflex commercials.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, same. Walker comes to town asking for assistance from Walt to find a horse that has gone.
All right, we're
I
hitting the ground
went
running.
from Texas to Wyoming to ask this.
Luckily for Walker, only one person in town owns a horse in town. Prospector Willie. Walt and Walker go to the local watering hole, to find Prospector
And continual soiree.
Walker then gets into a 5-minute bar brawl with Prospector Willie. Surprise guest star Steven Seagal.
Oh my god!
No, you don't want him to be in your show. He's fucking crazy as fuck.
I want him
dude.
like old ass fucking fat pudgy Steven Seagal.
He's hanging out in
fucking,
Russia. Man, he's Russian now, dude. He's hanging out in Russia. He lives
with
there
his
now.
fucking like Ushanka and his goddamn handlebar mustache he's got now.
Dude, he looks crazy.
Yeah.
Prospector Willie refuses to answer any of Walt's goddamn questions. The fight comes to a sudden stop when a local boy comes rushing in to report to Willie that he saw 2 horses going buck wild in front of the school.
They were fucking?
Walker and Willie stop fighting and quickly follow the boy outside. Walt, who is secretly hiding in the corner and waking his dingaling, grumbles.
Waking his dingaling?
Wanking.
As written, waking his
Waking it
dingaling.
up. He's got to wake it up.
Hey,
He's
wake
old.
up. Wake up.
I took 2 blue pills. It should be working. I got
Grumbles?
a doggy style Vic later.
I think he meant wanking his dingaling.
Yeah,
'cause He
wanking.
puts his boxer briefs and pants back on right afterwards.
Grumbles angrily and puts his boxer briefs and pants back on.
He's
Again,
for sure wearing tighty whities.
I'm just going to read it as written.
Yeah, don't steal it. Means don't modify it.
After pulling the fucking horses off I guess they really were fucking.
Oh my god.
I wouldn't do that. You gotta
Walker-
let him finish.
Walker, yeah, you just let it happen.
You can't, yeah.
Walker turns to... What if someone had done that with Walt and Vic? That would have been very rude.
It would have been horrible.
What if
The whole
Jacob
mood.
Nighthorse ran in there and yanked him off of him and he was like, no!
Walt's mine!
No!
Jacob Nighthorse just runs in and like fucking sweeps Walt's legs.
That's what you get, bitch! And he runs away.
He fucking sweeps his legs and Walt's old decrepit penis just snaps off.
Oh!
And dust flies up into the air.
Oh, God.
Josh is gonna fucking pass out.
Oh, no.
Okay. After pulling the horses off each other, Walker turns to Walt. Walt points to one of the horses and says,
To Walt.
Walker turns to Walt, points to one of the horses and says, to Walt. There are no commas here.
I
That
know.
he has that he's got to lock it up. Walt responds with a confused look. Walker says, just do it. You'll understand at nightfall. Nightfall soon comes as to Walt's surprise, the captive horse transforms from a beautiful stallion to a strange man who he
What?
swears he has seen somewhere
Is he a
before.
werehorse?
He's a werehorse.
No, he's a werehuman.
Oh my god, you're right.
The horse is oh my god.
Walker sighs with relief and explains to Walker, I'm reading this as written, how this happened.
Uh-huh.
The the actor Nick Cage
Okay.
has a rare condition where he fucks an animal and doesn't pull. When he fucks an animal and doesn't pull out, they turn into a copy of him whenever the moon is full.
This is crazy.
What the fuck?
This is
I'm glad this is
super
at least-
crazy.
I'm glad this is at least virus free.
I mean, is it though?
Walt then asks how many times this has happened, and Walker responds with too many.
That's not bad.
In the blink of an eye, Walker pulls out a shotgun and blows the brains out of galloping Nick Cage, bows his hat, and slowly walks out. When we then get a cliffhanger ending of Walt talking on the phone in the dark, it is revealed that he's talking to Nick Cage about what happened, and he gives him a heads up that Walker is coming for him next.
What
He then says,
the fuck?
he did not figure out that's you. And I have the same condition. Thanks, guys. Spencer.
Wow.
So, in this email, you are positing that Nicolas Cage, beloved Hollywood actor, fucks horses, jizzes in them.
Yeah.
Then they turn into him at the full moon, and also Walt Longmire has the same condition.
Is that what happened?
That is what happened in that story.
Okay. Okay.
Thanks, Spencer. That was horrifying.
I feel like we
Spencer.
learned a lot about Spencer and ourselves in that email.
I guess what were the odds that we were going to get through an OGOC about Longmire without some bestiality?
I feel like the world made a lot more sense to me before that email. Now I'm living on the other side of that for the rest of my life.
It's like pretty much worse than 9/11.
Wow!
Like, we can't go back now. Things are different.
We are living in a post-Nick Cage jizz were-human world.
I mean, we really can't go back.
Our next email is from Matt, and it is entitled Short Arid. Original character, do not steal.
Okay.
After being outwitted by Walt Longmire for the last time, the Boston Mafia decided enough was enough.
Yeah.
And set out to get their revenge. After weeks of research and samples of Walt's DNA from that cooler full of fish, the scientists at MIT, that's the Mafia Institute of Technology.
That's hilarious.
That's fucking top tier.
That's really funny.
Reverse engineered the perfect weapon to destroy Longmire. Short Arid. Short Arid being reverse engineered from Longmire is his exact opposite. Which means that he is not a man, but a sentient cell phone.
Oh my god, he's Game Boy from Captain N.
Through his network of connections, he makes life a living hell for the citizens of Absaroka County. This forces Walt back into the saddle, both literally and figuratively, since Short Arid destroys Longmire's Bronco again, and Walt can only get around via horse.
Damn it. And he doesn't have the cool giant trucks from that one season where they got the truck sponsorship.
Shortly after, Short Arid put his plan into motion to destroy Walt's reputation and life, and probably legs, too. Soon, Walt's cousin, Todd with 1D, was found dead in the local casino.
You're gonna have to... That might have to be explained to me.
Todd with 1D?
With 1D. Like it's spelled with 1D.
Todd with 1D.
You got it.
Fucking every episode with you people.
Oh my god. Is this under a different... No, this is the same.
This is not the same guy who writes in as
like
Todd with 1D.
Oh, but this is...
It's a bit. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After yet another murder in this apparently formerly quiet Wyoming county, Walt accuses Jacob Nighthorse of killing his cousin,
Holy
despite
shit.
Jacob already being in jail.
I know you did it, Longhorse. Longhorse.
Longhorse. After Jacob acts super guilty and mugs for the camera a bit to drive the point home, he provides concrete proof that he didn't do it. The walls of the prison he's contained in. What the fuck? Walt then throws a metal chair across the room, which bounces off the concrete walls and breaks his leg.
What the fuck?
I'm gonna prove these walls are fake.
Soon, Walt is accused of Todwith's murder by the new district attorney, who is simply Short Arid in an ill-fitting business suit.
Wow, this is crazy.
However, his trial is thrown out as only 7 people can serve on the jury, being the only people still living in Absaroka County who haven't been murdered in the last 6 years.
Nice.
Short Arid then runs for sheriff and wins the election 4 votes to 2. Yes, that adds up to 6. Another person was murdered in between the let's accuse Walt of some shit again and let's vote Walt out of office again plots.
Yes.
As the new sheriff, SOIREE had finally had access to the police databases. After connecting to these databases and learning everything about human nature, he created a program to trap Walt in a prison of his own mind forever. He called it the Matrix. After successfully trapping Walt, he expanded the project to contain all of humanity. Realizing he has an effective law enforcer in Longmire, he turned him into an entity Shortmire dubbed an agent.
Because he's the guy.
Newly christened as Agent Jones, Longmire continued to work as the sheriff of the Matrix to this day.
That explains it.
I remember that in the Second Renaissance.
That's why Longmire is in there, dude.
Yeah.
I just have one note, just one little punch up, that SOIREE is mostly fish DNA and is a giant fish.
Seconded.
For sure. Actually, no. I'm going to punch that up one time more.
Yeah.
He's played by Robert Taylor, just like Longmire is.
Yes.
From the waist up, he's Longmire.
Yeah.
From the waist down, he's a fishman.
He's a mermaid.
I'm going to punch that up, and he is played by Robert Taylor, and the fish element is there, but it's a giant ill-fitting fish mascot suit with just a cutout for Robert Taylor's face.
Like in A-Team when Hannibal wears the T-Rex outfit.
Yeah, exactly like that.
Damn, cool.
Perfect. We have perfected it.
I don't have any punch-ups for that. That's perfect.
Thank you for that email, Matt. I feel like we learned a lot about the nature of man.
I'd like to say that you guys are like heroes for reading these. These are crazy. These are crazy.
Like, I have so much experience reading M-Class emails that I can read literally anything now.
Dude, some of these are bananas, I swear to God. And thankfully, hopefully, the listeners of this podcast are listening high, because that was what it seems like. And they're writing their OGOCs high as fuck.
It makes you feel like it sometimes.
It does.
Our next email is from Desrath.
Oh, yeah.
Desrath.
OGOC boys.
Not a thing. Not a thing.
OGOC? No. Is that what they're calling it?
OGOC.
OGOC, OGOC, yeah. Fun fact, I watched Longmire years ago because Josh brought it up on every podcast he was part of for like 2 months.
Yep. You're welcome.
Anyway,
2 months.
Here's OC, please do not steal.
That was like 2 years.
I'm still talking about it. Well, now I'm on to Riverdale. I'm on to bigger and better things.
Riverdale is basically the same, I imagine.
It's like Longmire on Adderall. It's like worse because it's for children.
Yeah,
so it's just like
I saw a fucking post on Tumblr that had gifs of, I guess, Archie shirtless holding an axe with blood all over his arms.
Yeah.
And he said, who would, like, fucking Jughead says, why do you want to be the Gargoyle King?
Yeah.
And he says, because who wouldn't want people sacrificing virgins to your glory?
Dude.
And somebody responded, what the fuck is this show about?
Dude, I'm telling you, it's fucking insane, man. Like, it's insane. I don't even know how to explain it at this point.
Is this based off of the Archie cartoon that gave us Sugar Sugar Honey Honey, You Are My Candy Girl?
Yeah, so like there's
it's the same Archie, yeah.
There's tons of references to like everything that's ever been in Archie, and some of it is like kind of cleverly put in, but then like since Archie's been around for like 60 years, like there's just like ridiculous shit, like Archie is like a comic book superhero now, you know what I mean? Like, it's just crazy.
What they should do is make a 1-to-1 reproduction of the greatest comic book ever made. Archie Andrews meets the Punisher.
Yeah. That's basically what the show is, though. Like, pretty much.
Get the guy from the Netflix Punisher series and put him into the Riverdale show.
Shane from Walking Dead.
Yeah, dude, I fucking hated him on Walking Dead.
Yo, he plays
supposed to.
Yeah, he plays a cocksucker like really well. Like everything he's in, he's like a dick. He's a super dick.
It makes you absolutely fucking hate him. Like, it's one of those times where like I understand when people like assholes and things. Like, I like the shithead character. I like the dickhead. That's fine. But there are certain characters that I look at and go, how could you possibly find any redeeming quality in this character.
You don't.
I love the venom in your voice when you.
And that's
how could you possibly?
That's Shane at The Walking
possibly?
Dead. That is also Bakugo on My Hero Academia.
Yeah.
Fuck
like
him.
That character has no. He's just a childhood bully who's insanely violent.
Thank you for putting it in terms I can understand. Because fuck Bakugo.
Thank
You're
you for
welcome.
translating it. He's in Baby Driver. Both him and what's his name? Fucking Jamie Foxx are both.
Jamie Foxx?
They're like the same guy in that movie, and they're both totally hateable. They're just hateable as fuck.
Anyway,
I feel like with a nice Desrath email, we're probably going to be meeting Todd with 1D.
You'd be right.
Oh my God.
This character's name is Todd, the other deputy, Douglas, 2 G's.
2 G's.
Which I find more remarkable than 1D. But
yeah.
He's also known as Todd with 1D.
I have such a virulently, negative reaction to Todd with 1D.
You know something bad's going to happen when Todd with 1D.
I hate it.
The best thing that could ever happen to him was he died in that other email.
I'm pretty sure he's going to die in this one, too, if I know anything.
He never stays dead, though.
Occupation, deputy of the Absaroka County Sheriff's Department. Age 47. First appearance, pilot. Last appearance, goodbye is always implied. It's the last episode. Status uncertain. Todd, the other deputy, Douglas, was born and raised...
Douglas.
Was born and raised in Absaroka County in whatever the hell town they live in. Is called
Durant.
Seriously, does this ever come up?
In every episode.
It doesn't. I don't know. I'm with Desrath. I'm with you on this one. I don't fucking know what that town's called.
It's called Durant.
And I'm pretty sure they never say it out
says
loud.
it on the building that they walk into in every episode as well.
As a child, he received middling grades, took part in no extracurriculars, and was voted most likely to be forgotten.
Are you sure that he didn't get D's?
Haha, he only got 1D.
1D ever? Nice. That's what I call him, Todd with 1D.
After graduation, Todd developed a drinking problem, landing an okay internship at the local sheriff's office and never left home. Same.
Todd always develops a drinking problem in every universe.
It's only a drinking problem once you graduate.
Yeah. Never graduate. That's why you go to grad school.
There you go. Todd fulfills a lot of the filing needs around the sheriff's office that Ruby could be doing, except she's too busy doing a million fucking other things.
Yeah.
# give Ruby a raise.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
She needs
a break. Send her to Arubia.
Oh, that's why they named it that.
That's right.
After her.
Oh man, but it's the same day Ferg is ordered to take some time off, and they keep running into each other at the resort.
Oh man, they have to pretend they're not. Oh jeez.
And Ruby drinks so much that she can see a certain ghost.
Ruby and Ferg accidentally end up booking the same room, and they have to share it.
Oh
no! And then, a violent crime happens outside, and they both jump up, and the lights get turned on, and they're both transforming into their superhero guys.
And then later they have weird sex.
Yeah,
they make it so that neither of them can ever mention it again.
Yeah,
it's like a death pact.
But they both say no strings before it happens. So
no strings.
Totally cool with it.
So it's that's no strings law, dude. If you say no strings, there's none.
Yeah, and they're on the same page about it. It's a one-time thing unless it's a two-time thing.
Yeah,
and at the end, you find out that Ruby sees the ghost of Branch everywhere.
What?
Oh my god! And that's why she became a superhero.
Oh my fuck!
# leave Ruby. # give Ruby a raise.
Give Ruby a raise. #.
And I'm going to start the sentence again because we got off into Spookums territory.
Did we? Did we or didn't we?
Todd fulfills a lot of the filing needs around the sheriff's office that Ruby could be doing, so he's too busy doing a million fucking other things, # give Ruby a raise, and getting yelled at by Walt for no good reason, # leave Ruby alone.
Everybody hit up Twitter hard with those hashtags.
I'm doing it right now. # give
Ruby.
Fucking I'll join. Why not?
I'm burping.
Keep it in. Walt, Kevin, keep it in the podcast. Man.
Yeah.
# give Ruby a raise. # leave Ruby alone.
That's probably trending now since both of you tweeted.
Yeah, it's definitely trending. And I'm going to put Joel McHale and Lou Diamond Phillips dancing as the GIF.
Walt never
and
bothered.
send tweet.
Walt never bothered to learn Todd's name and just refers to him as the other deputy. Todd appears in every episode of Longmire, but is generally forgotten about by the audience. Those who do recall Todd describe him as useless, racist, and somehow even drunker than Walt.
Wow.
Racist.
I think he, like, what could he possibly, like, is he filing racistly?
I guess.
I'm gonna put this under B for black people.
Dude, Ruby will fucking have your knees for that. I don't care how unpaid you are.
Dude, she'll fucking brass knuckle your knees.
You know Ruby's got a pride flag on her porch. Like, Ruby's fucking woke as shit.
Ruby's cool, man. Give Ruby a raise. Hashtag.
Give Ruby a raise. Todd is shot during the final confrontation on the reservation, but nobody notices his cries for help. He wanders into town desperately seeking medical aid, but nobody seems to register his presence. After a few days of delirium brought on by fever, he calls Walt's cell for help, but the credits roll because no one cares if he lives or dies.
Jesus Christ!
That got unbelievably dark at the end.
And then,
I mean, guys, it's Todd, all right? I didn't realize we were in the Feel Bad for Todd club. I mean...
No, we're not. Yeah.
He, after a few days of deliriums, after being shot in the final confrontation...
So, he fucking, like, died of thirst, which is, like, the worst way to die.
Maybe he shouldn't have been a racist cop, is all I'm saying.
If he's a racist cop, then it's fine.
Okay, you're right.
Then there's no punishment that could be bad. Like, that's all fine.
You're right.
Dockliest of O's to you and yours, Desrath.
Amazing. I think those are all the ones that have seen Longmire.
Well, everybody, we got a lot more emails tonight, but I feel like we've covered the milieu of characters we received. We did receive 2 emails from people who have ever seen Longmire, so that's good.
That's way more than I thought.
We tried to prioritize the people who had seen Longmire. We got so many emails, maybe because we were gone for so long.
This is the opposite of M-Class email. We got 20 fucking emails.
What's up with that? What's going on?
If you sent art, we'll try and post it on the Twitter.
Yeah.
We got a couple pieces of art this time. Like, I didn't even do one. I didn't have time. So I don't blame anybody.
More of a mental sort of media.
It's more of a feel and more of a lifestyle, more of a code.
Yeah. It's fucking mental, all right.
Yeah, it is.
Hopefully this has inspired some people to go watch Longmire.
God, you have to watch it. Like, if you ever get the flu and you're bored out of your mind for 3 straight days, why not?
Maybe watch TNG, but also sneak in a Longmire.
I mean, you can do both. Fuck it.
That would be so much whiplash at that point.
Dude, right?
Especially while you have the flu.
Yeah.
You'd be like going on Twitter and be like, I really love The Next Generation, but I felt like it was a mistake when Captain Picard told that social worker that he wasn't going to save her life, and then Sails played.
Sail.
Can't believe that TNG got the rights to Sail all the way back in 1990.
How did that happen, everybody? Please let me know.
The answer?
Dude, that song would be a cover of another song that happened in the 90s that no one knew.
That song sounds like it's a cover of another song that happened in the 90s. Also, quit using it.
Yeah. Well, everybody, it's almost 1 a.m. and I have to be up at 6 a.m.
For what? Why?
I am going to call this episode closed. If you would like to have your original character read on the air, you can send that bad boy in to originalcharacterspod@gmail.com. I'd like to thank my boy Josh Henderson for stopping by today and joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Josh.
I love this show. It's super fun. You guys are great. I love you both.
I love you.
I wish we were in Longmire together, all of us.
Yeah, fuck. If we all lived in Absaroka County, things would be different around here.
They would.
Yeah, we'd probably be murdered.
Nah, we'd be meth heads.
Fuck yeah. I mean, no.
I mean, drugs are bad.
So
don't see ghosts.
Who chose the last one we did before Longmire?
I did. So Jeff, it's your turn to choose.
It's my turn to choose.
What are you
Yes.
gonna pick? This is exciting.
Holy shit, dude. This is tough. You know what? Somebody put this forward yesterday, and I couldn't resist the idea of it, and you reminded me of it earlier, Kevin. The next episode of Original Characters is going to be about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh shit.
my
That's going to be
God.
awesome.
You
That's
guys
going to
are
be
gonna
really
get
good.
so rich on the toys.
Make your own mutant, baby.
Fuck, or a robot, or a mutant robot, or whatever.
Whatever the fuck you want. And now none of you have an excuse for not having seen the thing we're talking about.
Yeah.
There's 80 series of these things.
Yeah, everyone's
Yep.
seen at least one Ninja Turtle something.
That's awesome.
I don't know when we're going to record, but go ahead and as soon as you hear this,
I
start
don't know when I'm going to be
brainstorming.
done editing this like nigh 3 hour long fucking recording.
I mean, it's basically like Ben-Hur of podcasts that we recorded.
And it's all about Longmire of all fucking things.
It's Longmire, all right.
This is
I
a
think
long-
we found the longest Mire.
this is
Yeah.
a long
It's his podcast.
Josh.
Yes.
You've been a lovely guest.
Thank you. What's my grade? A double D
Oh man,
or one
like-
D?
No, double D, obviously.
Cool.
That's a cool fucking.
I
That's a
give
cool-
you double H.
Wow.
Again, we always love to promote young and upcoming artists.
Yeah.
Is
What are
there
some things
anything-
that some people might be able to discover you on?
Yeah.
I do a podcast with Jeff called M Class Podcast where we talk about Star Trek. It's fun.
Trek Boys!
Trek Boys! I do a show with you, Kevin, called Pretend Friends, where we
That's
play a
true.
tabletop game that you invented called
That's
Space
true.
Kings. And I do a show called Continue, and it's been on for 17 seasons.
There's something like 10 days of continue footage. Or
It's
something.
5 days and 17 hours.
Oh my god.
Literally insanity.
It's crazy. And the shows are like 10 minutes long at some point. They're like
And I'm-
20 minutes now, but
I don't think that even includes Smart Guys.
no, it doesn't, which is
So-
like 90 minutes.
That's awesome. I do those fun things with Josh, and I also just made a video game
Yes, I saw that.
called Bars. And it was part of a game jam, and it's a game where you're a cowboy lizard person with a jetpack, and you have to send a text in a dungeon to your sad friend. So
It's amazing.
It is super fucking fun.
The music
I
is
really love
great.
that game, and the art style is adorable.
It's
oh,
all
thanks so
good.
much. I drew it all freehand with my mouse. So of
With
course-
your
That's
mouse?
That's fucking
Yeah.
amazing, dude.
What the
Yep.
fuck?
That's incredible.
I
What are you,
know.
like
I've-
some kind of like guy who makes sculptures out of things it's hard to make sculptures out of?
Yeah,
So
like
anything?
thank you,
It would be really easy to make a sculpture out of a sculpture that's already done.
dude.
Holy
That's
shit.
the racket right there. You're
What?
going to be a millionaire with that shit.
That's
What
right,
are we
baby.
doing? Why aren't we doing this?
I believe that's called stealing, which we have a very strict policy on this podcast.
That's right.
It's
don't
called art curation.
According
It's
to
called-
the fucking Instagram, that's what it's called.
steal. Yeah, right?
So if you want to play that game, you can go to supertrystudios.com and play that game. And that's what I had to plug. Thank you for
You
letting
can
me do
also
so.
head on over to supertrystudios.com and purchase a nice video game called Hack, which will keep Kevin in clothes and food.
Well,
for now.
can we skip the clothes part and just give him the food?
That's what I'm saying. That's what-
It's like really hot and clothes suck.
Also, it's easier to sex without them.
Hmm.
I'm gonna plug something, and it's not just Kevin.
That
You
was
can- Jeff,
not
that was
bad.
really good.
not bad.
You can head on
No.
over to inksburg.com and read my webcomic. It is a
Do it.
noir detective story starring
Yes.
funny cartoon animals. I call it Raymond Chandler meets Bob Clampett.
There you go.
It's Looney Tunes meets detective noir.
It's
And,
awesome.
The first story, it's all short stories, so you can jump one whenever and not worry about missing a bunch of stuff. The first story is about to come to an end. You're about to learn who the mysterious cat burglar really is.
What?
I love Inksburg, and I love how detail-packed all of the panels are,
Yeah.
and I can't wait to figure out who the murderer is so I can go back and see all of the hints
The
you probably
clues.
dropped.
That's right, baby. The funny thing is, like, I'll say this here. Actually, no, I won't. I'll say it after we get off the thing, maybe. But, yeah, if you love a mystery, like a real mystery that has, like, little clues dropped here and there, and you also love wacky cartoon shenanigans, then Inksburg is the webcomic for you.
Inksburg is about to drop a fucking train on your house.
What?
That's what Inksburg
That's
do.
the murderer then, because I'll die.
Inksburg is about to run a train on my house?
Yes.
Yeah, my house is just going through some bad stuff right now. I don't think my house should experiment sexually like that.
I can agree.
Or maybe that's just what your house needs.
Maybe I need to clean it first.
I think there's
Yes.
some bad advice on this podcast.
No, weird sex is always the answer to deep emotional problems.
Mm. Well, that's
Longmire.
That's what the internet is telling me.
That's what Longmire taught me.
Oh yeah, that's the
Yeah.
moral at the end of Longmire.
Doggy style your problems away.
Weird sex being doggy style.
Yeah, right, the weirdest of
That's
positions.
weird sex to a boomer. Look,
But that's how the animals do it.
I'm downright prime evil.
here's the bullet points for this episode. Watch Longmire.
Yep.
Send in your emails to originalcharacterspod@gmail.com. Go play bars at supertry.com.
Watch M-Class.
Listen to M-Class.
Or watch it.
Watch Continue. Go to inksburg.com. Tell your
Watch
friends.
Inksburg.
Tell your family. Tell your clergy. We will be back in weeks with a new episode of Original Characters.
That's when it comes out.
Bye,
Later.
everybody.
Bye.
Spookums.
Spook 'em.
Thank you for listening to Original Characters. Our theme music is Kai by Vidazen. You can find him on Twitter at _VIDAZEN_. And look him up on YouTube too, because he's great. The Original Characters podcast is made by Jeff Pennington, Kevin Cole. Thanks for listening.